Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Souris Valley Sabre Dogs Baseball. I'm Jared Sleppy and tonight is the series finale between the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs and the Hastings Sodbusters. As for the Sodbusters themselves, they are 8 games back of the Western Nebraska Pioneers in the Clark Division. Let's take a look at the full standings here. Pioneers are 20-6 overall in the second half. Fremont is 3.5 games back and in first place for the second wild card spot. They're at 15-8. A game and a half back of them is the Castle Horseheads at 14-10. Hastings, mentioned, 11-13, 8 games back. And 4.5 back of Fremont and Spearfish at 6-17. They are 12.5 back of the Pioneers and 9 games back of the Moo, who are now losers of 4 straight games. As for Lewis Division, Badlands Big Six certainly came up out of nowhere. They have now won 7 games in a row. They're now in first in the Lewis Division at 16-8. The Trappers leapfrogged us yesterday after beating the Spearfish Sasquatch. They are now 14-9, a game and a half back on the Badlands Big Sticks. And the Sabre Dogs are a half game back of Pierre at 15-11, 2 games back of the Big Sticks. Hub City's in 4th place. They're 8 games back of Badlands and 5.5 back of Pierre at 9-17. And Wheat City at 3-24, 14.5 back of Badlands and 13 back of the Pierre Trappers. They have lost 7 games in a row. Actually, there's one game going on right now is between Spearfish and Pierre. They are in a doubleheader. As of right now, they are tied 3-3. They're in the bottom of the 4th. Second game is scheduled for 7-5, probably pushed back just a little bit. After the first game finishes up, it'll be 30 minutes, and then they'll get the second game underway. Other games going on today around the Expedition League. There's, of course, this game right here between the Sabre Dogs and Sodbusters. Other 6:35 games going on. Western Nebraska at Hub City. And then you have your 7-5 games between Badlands and Wheat City. And, of course, the finale between the Spearfish Sasquatch and the Pierre Trappers, and then the only 7:35 game is between Fremont and Casper. And how about that series? Right now, the series is tied 1-1, and the winners of that most likely going to end up being the second spot in the Clark Division. It's very close there, and we'll keep an eye on those scores throughout the majority of the evening. So we'll go ahead and send it to our first commercial break. We'll have the starting lineups, and as well as take a look at some of the stats Sabre Dogs have against the Sodbusters in the series. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball. We'll be right back.
iHeartRadio.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience. Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better. First pitch coming up in about 5 minutes. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Starting off with the Hastings Sodbusters. Leading off and DHing is Casey Burnham. Batting second and playing right is Carlos Pinheiro. Batting third and playing left is Grant Schmidt. Batting cleanup and playing third is J.D. Barrett. Batting fifth and catching is Derek Hackman. Batting sixth and playing second is Wyatt Anderson. Batting seventh and playing first is Will Richardson. Batting eighth and playing short is Derek Bornmeyer. And batting ninth and playing center is Donovan Murray, making his debut against the Sabre Dogs. And on the mound is Hunter Kelchner. As for the Sabre Dogs, leading off and playing left is Phil Childs. Batting second and DHing is Mason Dennison. Batting third and playing right is Cruz Taylor. Batting fourth and playing third is Chauncey Callier. Batting fifth and playing short, Josh Pano. Batting sixth and playing first is Bo McClintock. Batting seventh and playing second is Jace Edwards. Batting eighth and catching is Drew Palm. And batting ninth and playing center field is Wilson Rubion with Matt Sartwell on the mound. Take a look at the opposing pitcher for the Sodbusters, Hunter Kelchner, right-handed pitcher from Northeast Community College from Grand Junction, Colorado. His last outing against Spearfish, he went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 8 earned runs and 8 hits for 5 walks and only 2 strikeouts. Also had a no decision as they lost that game 17-10. Take a look at his overall stats on the year. Has a current record of 1-1. Has an ERA of, 13.73. He's making his 11th appearance of the season. 2 starts now under his belt. And now we have the national anthem coming up, so we will have that, and then we'll be back with more information on tonight's starters on the mound.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all stay standing and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem performed by the Cathedral Brass Quintet.
Game 3 between the Sodbusters and the Sabre Dogs coming up in just a little bit as we are tied 1-1 in this series. Game 1 on Thursday night resulted in a Sabre Dogs win to snap their 7-game losing streak, and last night Sabre Dogs unfortunately lost 9-1. Not really a whole lot going on for Souris Valley. As for the Sabre Dogs, on the mound is Matt Sartwell. He's making his second start of his season. Current record of 0-2, has an ERA of 8.14. Making his 15th game appearance, 24 1/3 innings with 28 strikeouts, 15 walks, and 25 hits for a whip of 164 with 10.36 strikeouts per 9 innings. Once again, your hitting order for the Sabre Dogs, it'll be Childs, Dennis, and Taylor, Callier, Pano, McClintock, Edwards, Pollum, Rubion as the first 6 in the hitting order pretty much solidified for the rest of the season. You could even say 7 is solidified with Childs, Dennison, Taylor, and Callier at the 4, and then Payno and McClintock. They usually switch to the 5 and the 6, but then you have Jace Edwards at the 7. Has been pretty solidified in the everyday starting lineup. And then whoever's catching, rather it's Henley or Pollen, will be at the 8, and then rather Rubion, Powers, or Quick will be the alternate outfielder that will be batting 9th. Giving you an idea what to look forward to just in case the Sabre Dogs do make the playoffs. As mentioned, they are a half game back of the Pier Trappers. Keep an eye on that game as they're taking on the Sasquatch in a doubleheader this evening. As of right now, take a look at that score once again. It is still tied 3-3. They're in the top of the 5th now. Of course, both the games in the doubleheader will be 7 innings long, so keep that in mind when we talk about the innings. And of course, Fremont-Casper, huge game there in the Clark division, as the Moo are currently a game and a half up on the Horseheads after defeating Casper at Mike Lansing Field last night. So Phil Childs will come to the plate first. He'll lead off once again for the Sabre Dogs. He has pretty much been solidified that spot since, well, pretty much since he got here. He comes into tonight's game batting .349, has 52 hits on the season, as well as 35 runs with 27 stolen bases, which leads the team, tied with John Callier. So this is obviously Kelchner's first start against the Sabre Dogs, considering these two teams have not played besides the series, as the first pitch is underway, and that one almost hits Childs in the head. And these two teams don't have a whole lot of history so far, so surely that was not intentional. However, there were a lot of hit-by pitches yesterday, and that was Mendoza kind of letting some of the fatigue get to him last night. As the one pitch, that's a fastball down the middle for strike 1. It's a warm one here at Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. Wind is pretty calm this evening, but it looks like it's once again coming in from center field, just like the previous 2 nights. So that one fouled back into the net. Now we'll make it 1-2. Wind up and pitch. Now on the slow grounder to the third baseman, J.D. Barrett, throwing to first in time for out number 1. That'll give us an opportunity to talk about the fielding order for the Sodbusters. From left to right in the infield, it'll be Barrett, Bornmeyer, Anderson, and Richardson. Left to right in the outfield, it'll be Schmidt, Murray, and Pinheiro. Behind the plate is Hackman, and on the mound is Kelchner. So that will bring up Mason Dennison, has been the most consistent hitter for the Sabre Dogs in the second half, batting .376. Has the most hits on the team during that stretch with 38, as well as 12 RBI, 9 stolen bases. First pitch, that one misses a fastball in the outside corner and low. That'll be 1-0. Sabre Dogs yesterday got 1 run. That was from this guy, Mason Dennison. That was back in the 3rd inning. They lost 9-1 as that one misses outside as well. That one into the glove of Hackman. That'll make it 2-0. Sabre Dogs are batting .269 as a collective unit this season. 503 hits on the year. Is that one swung on and missed? And that will be the first strike of the at-bat. Sabre Dogs have 36 dingers and 162 stolen bases, which is only behind the Spearfish Sasquatch. However, during this road trip, they have not been very aggressive on the base paths. Swing and miss. That'll make it 2-2. Phil Childs Mason Dennison, 2 for 7 in the series. He has 3 runs with 2 stolen bases. 2-2 pitch, misses in the dirt, and that will be a full count coming up. Sabre Dogs batting .290 in the series, 20 for 69, only 4 extra base hits. That one swung on, grounded into the Sodbusters dugout, well on top of it rather, and that will keep it at 3-2. Dennison steps out of the box, readjusts his batting gloves. Shortstop from the University of West Florida, while not playing shortstop this evening, is the designated hitter for the Sabre Dogs. It will be Josh Payno who will play shortstop. That is outside, and a fantastic plate appearance for Mason Dennison. He'll reach on a walk. The Sabre Dogs are 13-11 in the month of July, 14-17 on the road. They are 1-1 against Hastings. As for last night's loss, that puts them at 7-14 against Clark Division opponents, and just 2-12 against Clark Division opponents on the road. 31-25 overall. And 15-11 in the second half. Sabre Dogs second league in stolen bases, and Mason Dennis a large reason why, as the first pitch to Cruz Taylor misses outside, or actually is in there for strike one on the outside corner. He has 21 stolen bases on the year, tied for the third most with Josh Pano. Pano, however, has played 15 fewer games, which makes that stat all the more impressive. He's in the hole. Here is the 0-1 pitch. That one swung on, fouled back, and that will make it 0-2. Denison having a pretty large lead over there at first base. Kelchner's not thrown back over to first just yet. Big gap in between the third baseman and the shortstop. Denison would have to go oppo to capitalize on that. 0-2 pitch. Foul back into the screen. We'll do it again.
That foul ball is brought to you by Stroman Seamless Gutters. If you're looking for the highest quality seamless gutters, call 10.
As for the second half, Sabre Dogs batting .284, which is way down from the beginning of the second half. They got off to a hot start. And for a while, they were up around .320, .330, but this road trip has certainly put a damper on that. There he goes. Denison got a huge secondary lead. That one missed outside, not even a throw from Hackman. And Denison has his 22nd stolen base of the season. One of the easiest steals of the year for the Sabre Dogs. So Cruz Taylor now with a 1-2 count. One away here in the top of the first, no score. Taylor went 1 for 4 yesterday. That one is hit high in the air. That one might stay in. And that will just barely reach the stands here as the catcher Hackman runs out of room. So Cruz Taylor, outfielder from the University of Northern Georgia, batting .306, tied for the fourth best batting average on the team with Bo McClintock. He's played the most games amongst any Sabre Dog at 53, and that's actually starts, not just games. Has 60 hits, which is the second most. Also has 43 runs, 16 doubles, and 8 home runs, which is the most on the team. Here is the 1-2 from Kelchner. And this is outside, that'll even the count. On the deck is Chauncey Collier. Only multi-hit Sabre Dog last night, went 3 for 4. Kelchner comes set, looks back at second, and delivers to the plate. That one misses up and away, and that will make it, once again, full count. Back-to-back batters now for Kelchner. .370 to left field, .367 to right, .405 to left center, and same with right center, .408 to dead straightaway center field. Here at Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. 3-2 pitch. Now is outside, another walk from Kelchner. That one was on first and second for Chauncey Collier. Third baseman from Mississippi College. Highest batting average on the team, batting .376. His fourth start since his injury against Western Nebraska last Sunday. Kelchner comes set. Back at second, double take, now triple take. I'll go to the plate. Now one behind the head of Collier, and that will easily advance runners to second and third, and Collier smiles over to the Sabre Dogs dugout. Now put both runners in scoring position. Collier, going into the second half, was for a while in the MVP contention, but has kind of fallen off just a little bit. And that and the fact that Connor Van Cleve has just been that good. Outfielder for the Badlands Big Sticks. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike one. Connor Van Cleve now batting .402 on the season, has a total of 67 RBI. For retrospect, second most is Zane Phelps for the Trappers at 51. That one's ripped down the third base line, almost hitting Mason Dennison and Brock Bockham. And that will make it strike two. And Cleve also tied for the third most home runs in the league, with Zane Phelps with 10. 1-2 pitch. That one misses outside and low. That'll even things up in 2-2. Chauncey Collier, the beer batter of the night here in Duncan Field. He has 48 strikeouts, which is the most on the team. Chauncey making his 51st start of the year, has 74 hits, have 197 at-bats. 2-2 pitch. That one swung on and missed, and that will be strikeout number 1 for Kelchner. And everyone here gets discounted beer for the next half inning. So that will bring up Josh Pano, batting 5th for the Sabre Dogs. Still runners on 2nd and 3rd, now with 2 outs. Pano is an absolute speed demon. Has 17 stolen bases in the second half in 20 games, which is the most on the team. Also batting .250 in that span, .229 in the season. First pitch and breaking ball misses low and away for ball 1. Shortstop Bormeyer playing in shallow left field as that pitch, that one misses outside. They'll make it 2-0. Sodbusters trying to get out of the inning after allowing 2 walks, without allowing a run. Big strikeout to Collier to make it 2 gone. Wind up in the pitch. That one misses low. They'll make it ball 3. Bo McClintock coming up. Got the game-winning 2 RBI double on Thursday. He's been really a clutch hitter for the Sabre Dogs all season long. In that game, he had 5 RBI, which is a season high for the team. He has 39 of those on the year, second most on the team. That one is in there for strike 1. And the reason why that's so special is because you take a look at Cruz Taylor has 41 RBI, which is the most on the team. He's played 53 games. Will McClintock has 39 RBI, just 34 games. 3-1 pitch. Now swung on, hit towards right field. It is hooking. Fair ball. And that will score 2 runs. And rounding second and heading for third is Josh Pano. And that'll be a stand-up 2-out triple to give the Sabre Dogs a 2-0 lead. Sabre Dogs' 12th triple of the year, and Pano's second. He's just one of 2, actually 3 Sabre Dogs with multiple triples on the season now.
Now batting, number 32, Bo McClintock.
So the Sabre Dogs strike first time that has happened in the series, as McClintock comes up with a runner on third and 2 outs. McClintock batting .306 on the season. Has had a better first half. The first pitch is in there for strike 1 on the inside corner. Still has had some great moments in the second half as he has 6 home runs on the year, 3rd most on the team. Senior from Point University. Went up in the pitch from Kelchner. Now misses in the dirt, gets away from Hackman, the catcher, and Payne will stay at third after getting a huge secondary lead. He'll back off. Sabre Dogs are very assertive on the base paths, but mentioned earlier, not so much during this road trip. Sabre Dogs struggled to run on catcher Nick Emanuel of the Fremont Moo. 1-1 pitch now. That one is hit well towards left field. Backing up is Schmidt, but that one hangs in the air as the wind blowing in. And that will end the inning. It's probably the best hit ball all series for the Sabre Dogs in terms of how deep it went. So after the top of the first, Sabre Dogs score first thanks to a 2 RBI triple from Josh Pano. We'll send it to a break. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Sabre Dogs lead 2-0 thanks to a 2 RBI triple from Josh Payno. Take a look at Matt Sartwell's last appearance, the right-hander from Minot State University. Last outing was against Fremont. He went 4 innings deep, gave up 5 earned runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, and got a strikeout. No decision in the Sabre Dogs' 13-12 loss on Monday. On the season, a record of 0-2, trying to get his first win here tonight against the Hastings Sodbusters. So what a better time to do it with the Pure Trappers looming. And I guess you have to be the other way around because the Sabre Dogs are now behind the Trappers. As take a look at that score between Spearfish and Pier. It is still tied 3-3. They're in now the top of the 6th. Western Nebraska and Hub City just got underway. They're scoreless there, and about 10 minutes away from Badlands and Wheat City getting underway. So the hitting order once again for the Sodbusters will be Burnham, Pinheiro, Schmidt, Barrett, Hackman, Anderson, Richardson, Bormeyer, and Murray. So it'll be Casey Burnham, the designated hitter, leading off once again. Batting .375 during the series, 3 for 8. First pitch, that one's in there for strike 1. Has 4 runs, a double, a triple, and 2 steals in the current series. Went 2 for 6 against the Pioneers earlier in the week. That one a little blooper towards shallow left field, and Denison calling off Callier, who'll make the catch, and actually, correction, that's Payno, to get the first out. Used to Denison playing shortstop all the time, and Payno playing second, so they switched things up. So that'll bring up Carlos Pinheiro. 3 for 10 in the series. As for the season, batting .256. Second on the team in stolen bases with 13. First pitch, that one in there for strike 1. And during the series, doesn't have any stolen bases. The 1 pitch, that one is in there. That'll make it 0-2. Pinheiro, right-handed batter from Southeastern College in Iowa. 0-2 pitch from Thor. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that will be out number 2. Sabre Dogs trying to get a quick 1-2-3 after getting 2 runs in the top of the first. That'll bring up the All-Star, Grant Schmidt, from Cloud County Community College, hometown of right here in Hastings, Nebraska. Batting .313 on the year, has a team-high 8 home runs. He participated in the Home Run Derby a couple weeks ago. His first pitch was outside. Ball 1. On a pitch, that one is into left center field. It'll be Childs and Taylor tracking it. It will be Taylor who tracks it down for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Matt Sartwell, and Sabre Dogs hold on to their 2-0 lead. We'll have the bottom of the order coming up with Edwards, Palm, and Rubion coming up.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
I heart Radio.
910 a.m. KCJB is Minot's Heritage AM full-service information station, supported by the classic country favorites. KCJB listeners are ranchers and farmers and business owners. From egg reports and markets to compelling information, we are 910 a.m. KCJB, home of the Minnesota Twins, Minot State, and Minot High Sports. We are 910 a.m. KCJB, Minot's news and information station.
Jace Edwards lead off for the Sabre Dogs to start the top of the second as we lead 2-0 thanks to a 2 RBI triple from Josh Pano. Edwards playing second base for the Sabre Dogs. Got the lineup before the game, and head coach Corey Thompson had a little bit of a mix-up. He had 2 people playing third and 2 people playing center. Had to make sure that was incorrect. First pitch to Edwards. That one swung on. A weak grounder to J.D. Barrett, third baseman. Third first in time for out number 1. The reason why I say that is because Jace Edwards, who normally does play third base, well, he was put as third base, but Callier is actually going to be there this evening. Edwards playing second. Middle infielders for the Sabre Dogs have been fairly flexible. They've been all over the place, third baseman, second baseman, and shortstop, with the exception of Bo McClintock playing exclusively first base. So that'll bring up Drew Pollum. Him and Justin Henley switching off from game to game, as Pollum, his previous outing, as the first pitch in there for strike 1. So far during the series, batting 1 for 4. Had an RBI sac fly. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that one misses outside. Some of these home plate umpires in the Expedition League very slow to make their strike calls. Some will yell strike, and then about 5 seconds later they'll point. I'll have to kind of keep an eye out on which ones are more patient than others. So that one swung on, a broken bat, and that will dribble into the Sabre Dogs dugout. I'll make it 1-2, 1 down here in the top of the second. Sabre Dogs are trying to win the series after getting the first game on Thursday. And we get a 4-run top of the ninth to win 10-7. Drew Pollum on the year from the University of Central Arkansas. It's 14 hits out of his 20 games, batting average of 175. Steps back in the box. Here's a 1-2 from Kelchner. This is outside. A lot of people were swinging at pitches like that yesterday, pitches that were in the dirt and outside. For some reason, a lot of people were taking hacks at those. Not just for the Sabre Dogs, but for both teams. 2-2 pitch, rip foul down the third base line. I don't know if it's because of the sun or what, but there's maybe something in the air that made him want to swing at pitches that were in dirt and outside. Hopefully that is cleared here this evening. Wind picking up a little bit here in the top of the second. 2-2, and that one fouled down the third base line once again into the Sodbusters dugout and on the line. Day 10 of the Sabre Dogs road trip. They'll head back after this game, a 10.5-hour drive back to Minot, as that one is in there for strike 3. Sabre Dogs are 1-8 during this stretch. Talking to head coach Corey Thompson before the first game, he said the goal was for a 5-5 record. Well, of course, that has come and passed, but I'm sure Corey would love nothing more than to get a win here at Hastings and win a series. First pitch now to Wilson Rubion, outfielder from Paris JUCO. Fastball outside, 4-1. Rubion's parents are in attendance. His dad dropped by the booth yesterday to say hello. 1-0 pitch. That one swung on and lifted into right center field. And how about that? Got a base hit for his parents. And he is on first. I'll bring up the top of the order for the second time today with Phil Childs. Led off things with the ground ball to the shortstop. You want to talk about the definition of hot and cold, this man is it. You have a guy like him, he come out and have rather a 4-hit day or a no-hit day. He's just kind of one of those guys. Unfortunately, past 2 nights has not been hitting well, has hit great in Fremont. 4 for 5 on Wednesday. That one's hit towards right field. That one is hooking, but it'll be caught by Pinheiro in right field for out number 3. Sabre Dogs leave one stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Sabre Dogs lead at 2-0.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
105.3 The Fox is Minot's only rock station, playing the active rock of today, reaching your male audience 18 to 52, and getting your message to their ears.
I'm listening.
And 105.3 The Fox can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country. And with our iHeartRadio app, from radio to stream, web, and social media, we've got your bases covered. If you're needing to reach a male audience, we are your radio station.
105.3 The Fox.
Sartwell went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. He's back out for his second frame. We'll take on J.D. Barrett, who has done very well against the Sabre Dogs so far. He'll bat clean up, as he is 4 for 4 during the series. Now when it's hit well towards left center field, Phil Childs will be under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. First time he's been retired in the series. So that will bring up Derek Hackman. 2 for 4 against us. Playing catcher tonight for the Sodbusters.
All right, now batting number 33, Derek Hackman.
Hackman batting .227 on the season. First pitch, off speeder that misses low for ball 1. Hackman 29 hits in 38 starts with 24 RBI. That one fell back into the screen. One of those guys where he doesn't get a whole lot of hits, but usually when he does get a hit, it's usually an RBI ball. Had a guy like that, Hunter Holland, sophomore from Mars Hill, no longer with the team, and he was the epitome of that. That one is swung on, a little chopper to the first baseman, McClintock, gets past his glove, and that will be most likely an error by Bo McClintock. That will put Hackman on at first.
Now batting number 10.
So that'll bring up Wyatt Anderson, second baseman for the Sodbusters, as they get their first base runner of the evening. Anderson batting just 184. Sartwell looks over at first. Pretty small lead by Hackman. First pitch, that one's in there, strike 1 on the inside corner. Pretty sure if you asked any Sabre Dog, they are going to tell you they would love to be back in Minot tonight. Been a long road trip for the Sabre Dogs. As that one misses low and away. Not just because of the fact they've been gone for 10 days, but also the fact they've only won 1 game during this road trip. One. Swung on, and that one goes to Josh Pano. Fadeaway throw to second in time. Throw to first way over the head of McClintock. And that will allow Wyatt Anderson to advance to second on an errant throw. So with 6-4 gets out Hackman, Anderson advances to second. Now we'll bring up Will Richardson. Corey Thompson talking about something here. I think it has to do with the fact that it did not actually go out of play. As I saw didn't quite see where the ball landed up. Got a bit of a blockage of the view over there. So I did see the net move. So I think they're going to discuss whether or not Anderson should be on second or first base here. Fence goes all the way out to the outfield, and they're going to have Anderson go back to first base. I'm sure that's not going to make a lot of fans here at Duncan happy. That is the right call, though. If it hits the fence, it doesn't actually go out of play, then that should not be, of course, well, an out of play. Coach Frew of the Sodbusters talking it out now, trying to get the official ruling. Meanwhile, Starwell will await the first pitch to Will Richardson. 2 outs here. Sabre Dogs still lead it 2-0. Still 3-3 against the Spearfish Sasquatch. Bottom of the 6th now. This game is taking a while to start, as the first pitch was at 4:35 Central Time. Still a score between Worcester, Nebraska, and Hub City at Fossum Field in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Bottom of the 2nd there. And Badlands and Weed City about to get underway in just a matter of minutes from Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba. And the battle for second place in the Clark Division between the Moo and the Horseheads will start at 7:35 Central, 6:35 local time at Mike Lansing Field in Casper, Wyoming. Coach Frew still talking with the umpires. You definitely tell he's not happy about this call. Sodbusters are trying to stay in the playoff hunt. As of right now, they're starting to slip a little bit, as they have lost 4 of their last 5 games. And now Corey Thompson's going to come back out. We're going to talk to both of the managers. Sodbusters are 4.5 games out of second place, and time is running out for Hastings. Take a look at their upcoming schedule. Well, they got home games the rest of the way, as they got the Casper Horseheads coming up in a 4-game series on Tuesday through Friday. Then they got 2 games against the Hub City Hopshots on Saturday, August the 3rd, and Sunday, August the 4th. And on that Sunday game, it'll be at 2 o'clock, a very rare day game in the Expedition League. Sabre Dogs only had 1 technical day game. That was a 1:30 start against the Weed City Whiskey Jacks on Canada Day in Brandon, Manitoba. Now, apparently, we have a resolution, and it will be White Anderson going back over to first. I think it would just be really amazing if Fremont came out and ended up winning out against the Casper Horseheads and getting that second spot, because that team has been up and down all season long with their pitching, and they brought in a couple of really huge hitters, and Luke White, he has been phenomenal. That one is hit towards right field, out of play. I'll make it 0-1. Tyler Push has been phenomenal as well, with Ronnie McBride batting .392 on the season for Fremont. Again, that game between Casper and Fremont starting at 7:35 as that one missed outside, even count 1-1. 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd. Or on first, of course, is White Anderson. Now on grounded foul down the 3rd base line. That'll be strike 2.
That foul ball is brought to you by Tom Dinsdale, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Mason. Sales, service, parts.
So they're going to give an error to Jace Edwards on that play. Thought that would be a fielder's choice, as that one a breaking ball. That one's in there for strike 3, and that will end the inning. So Starwell gets his second K of the day. Sabre Dogs still lead it 2-0. Sabre Dogs will bring up the 2-3-4 hitters Dennison, Taylor, and Callier coming up in just a minute.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
Sabre Dogs still lead 2-0. The RBI triple from Josh Pano, the difference in this one. Kelchner comes out for his third inning. He'll take on Mason Dennison, Cruz Taylor, and Chauncey Callier. Dennison and Taylor both scored in the top of the first. So the Sabre Dogs, after tonight's game, will have just 7 games left in the regular season, all of which will be at Corbett Field in Minot, North Dakota. Lead off with a huge game against the Badlands Big Sticks, which could possibly be a divisional match preview. Well, of course, they would have to play in Dickinson, and that would be on August the 7th if they were to make the divisional round. And they have 2 games against the Hot Shots. They need to take advantage of the fact that the Hot Shots are arguably the second worst team in the league. And then they have 4 games coming up against Superior Trappers, which of course will be huge, considering these 2 teams are fighting for that final spot in the playoffs in the Lewis Division. And then after that, on August 5th, Sabre Dogs have that day off, but the Trappers are actually playing the Big Sticks for one final game. Keep an eye out on that one. Mason Dennison got on via walk his first time up, stole second. First pitch to him. Now misses outside, ball 1. Kelchner starting early in the counts with a lot of fastballs so far. That one is flown out of here on the right field line. Even the count at 1-1. One way outside, another fastball outside the glove of Hackman. Now make it 2-1. The Sabre Dogs can just hold steady with their pitching staff, which has been difficult considering some of their better arms, all their all-stars left after the all-star break. Then it's going to end up working, as that's a swing and a miss on an inside fastball and make it 2-2. Sabre Dogs ERA as a team is out 5.01. I mentioned that coming into this road trip was at 4.66 and has jumped up pretty significantly, inch by inch every single game. Now on a slow grounder, foul down the third base line. First time the Sabre Dogs ERA as a team has been above 5 since that Wheat City series. Well, you probably then ask which one, considering the Sabre Dogs have played the Whiskey Jacks 16 times. That would be 2 series prior to the All-Star break. 2-2 pitch. And that one misses low and away. That'll make the count full. Nobody on, nobody out. Mason Dennison trying to keep the Sabre Dogs offense going here. Now one in the dirt and away, and swing and a miss. Strike 3, threw down to first in time for out number 1. That is Kelchner's 3rd K of the day. And that will bring up Cruz Taylor. Also reached via the walk in the first inning. Came around to score on that 2 RBI triple by Josh Pano. Cruz Taylor, second on the team in hits against the Sodbusters, batting 4 for 9, 2 RBIs. That one misses outside for ball 1. He had the tying run back on Thursday in the top of the 9th. Sabre Dogs trailed 7-6 going into that inning, as that one misses low and in. Make it 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Now misses low for ball 3. Wind up the pitch from Kelchner. Now in there for strike 1. Cruz Taylor turns his hip at that one, as he does for 90% of the pitches he sees. Three-one pitch now. Slow grounder, has some spin on it. That will roll foul down third base line in the infield, and that will make it 3-2. Chauncey Collier is on deck for the Sabre Dogs. Love to get Taylor on base and get to him. Now Cruz Taylor thinks he needs a new bat. That didn't quite sound right once it came off the barrel. So a new piece of lumber and a 3-2 count coming up. Sabre Dogs with 2 hits with their 2 runs. Also have 2 defensive errors to go along with it. 3-2 pitch. That one is a grounder to the second baseman Anderson. Goes it cleanly, throw to first in time to get him by a step for out number 2. The Sabre Dogs defense has been pretty solid ever since the 6-error debacle back on Tuesday. Didn't have any errors going into today's game, but of course back-to-back errors, one by Bo McClintock and another by Jace Edwards. Chauncey Collier struck out his first time up. He grounds that one foul on the third base line into the Sodbusters dugout for strike 1. Tied for the team lead in home runs amongst other categories, as here is the 1 pitch ahead of that breaking ball for strike 2. And for a lot of his at-bats, he has started 0-2 just because he does like to swing at a lot of pitches that are close to the strike zone. He's not very picky. 0-2 pitch. Now misses outside for 1-2. Chauncey has 74 hits, 46 runs, 25 doubles, 8 home runs, 38 RBI, and 27 stolen bases. As that one misses inside. No, it's in there for strike 3. Wow, that's a breaking ball that rings him up. And that will send us to the bottom of the third. We are still at 2-0. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball on the YouTube page of the Service Valley Sabre Dogs.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Starwell coming out for his third inning has had a pretty nice start so far. His 2 Ks and 2 innings of work as he'll take on the 8-9-1 hitters, Derek Bornmeyer, Donovan Murray, and Casey Burnham. Take a look at the hitter's stats. Derek Bornmeyer, as of right now, batting .242, 38 hits in 46 games. He actually has the most games played amongst all the Sodbusters. Along with the most games, he also has 23 runs, 3 doubles, 12 RBI, and 3 stolen bases. 0 for 3 against the Sabre Dogs so far. Didn't play on Thursday. As the train's starting to go by out in left field. You can clearly hear that as the first pitch. That one's hit up the middle for a base hit. Drops in front of the center fielder Wilson Rubion. And that is the first hit of the night for Hastings. So that will bring up Donovan Murray. First time the Sabre Dogs have seen him. Batting .245 on the season. Murray from Baton Rouge Community College, hometown of Lake Charles, Louisiana. First pitch, swung on, foul down the first base line. So not only do you get a lot of noise from that train, also the ground shakes. You can really feel it even here up in the press box. course, there's a tree in the outfield at Corbett Field, but that goes left to right in the outfield. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Sartwell. Murray takes that one outside, and that'll leave it in the count at 1-1. Back over to first. Sabre Dogs are not one to go into a defensive shift. They have, not from memory, have they ever gone into a defensive shift, and not really you don't really see that whole lot around the league, except for Fremont. They shifted left and right against us, and of course, Sabre Dogs can go opposite field anytime they want. That one is hit towards left field, that one hooking, and that will be caught by Phil Childs, and Bornmeyer will head back to first. Had a pretty big lead over there. He'll have to retreat. Bornmeyer has 3 stolen bases on the year. Looking like he might try to go for his 4th.
Now batting, number 7, Casey Burnham.
And that will bring up Casey Burnham, leadoff hitter for Hastings. 0 for 1 with a fly out to Josh Pano, the shortstop, his first time up. So 1 gone, a man on. First pitch, trying to get a bunt down is Burnham. He backs off. Did he go? No, he did not. That pitch misses low. Curveball for ball 1. McClintock holding on Bornmeyer. Most of the season, he just kind of stands in front of the first base bag, and now he has his foot on it, something he hasn't done a whole lot this season. There goes Bornmeyer. That pitch hits the foot of Pollum, then hits the foot of the home plate umpire. Bounces all over the place. And Pollum unable to pick it up and get a throw down to second base. It'll be 4th steal of the season for Derek Bornmeyer. We're in scoring position now. Bornmeyer getting the first hit of the day for the Sodbusters. So what comes set? They'll take over to second. Now lets it go. Now misses low. And make it 3-0. So we're trying to turn the tide for the Sabre Dogs pitching staff, who has had a couple of pretty rough starts the past few games. As that one is in there for strike 1. President Mendoza went 4 innings last night, gave up 7 earned runs, and Cody Waters 2 nights ago gave up 10 earned runs. 7 earned runs, 10 hits. And however, was able to get out of that one with a no decision. Sabre Dogs got a win. 3-1 pitch. And that one misses low, a 5-pitch walk. That is his first walk of the day.
Now batting, number 8, Carlos Pinheiro.
So now we have Carlos Pinheiro, 0 for 1 with a strikeout his first time up. Three for 10 against the Sabre Dogs in the series. First pitch, now one swung on, foul back, hits the nets, bounces all over the place, and now into the hands of a Sodbusters fan behind the plate. I'll make it 0-1. Chris Taylor playing pretty far over there in right field, pretty close to the line as far as close goes here at Duncan Field. Here is a double play ball right here. Payno to Edwards to McClintock in time. 6-4-3. That will end the inning. Sawbuster strand 1. We hold on to our 2-0 lead. We'll head to the top of the 4th. We'll be right back.
Z94 is is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Sewers River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Sewers River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Sewers River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience.
Josh Payne will lead things off for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the fourth. Third of the game completed, and speaking of games being complete, and Pier and Spearfish is done with their first game of the doubleheader, which the Trappers came back and won 4-3. So the Sabre Dogs are now a full game back of Pier in the Lewis division for that second spot in the playoffs. Fremont Casper got to get underway in about 10 minutes or so. Western Nebraska beating Hub City 2-0 in the bottom of the third. And Hub City, Wheat City just getting underway. They are scoreless in the top of the first. Payno getting a second try at it. Of course, has that 2 RBI triple back in the first inning. The only runs we have seen so far today. First pitch from Kelchner. That one misses low and away for ball 1. So far, Kelchner has went 3 innings, has allowed 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and has 4 Ks. Facing his 14th batter of the evening. That one waved and missed. That'll be 1-1 count coming up. Rocks and fires. That one hit up the middle, and that will be fielded by the shortstop Bornmeyer, throwing a run in time for route number 1. That one's hit just a little bit harder, might have been able to get through the middle. Unfortunately, Bornmeyer has the play for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Bo McClintock. 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field his first time up. McClintock 1 for 4 yesterday, had a hit back in the second inning. First pitch is in there for strike 1. So after that hit by Bo McClintock, there was only 1 hit by a Sabre Dog not named Chauncey Callier, and that was a hit in the top of the 8th by Philip Childs. As that one misses upstairs, giving you an idea how much the Sabre Dog struggled hitting yesterday. Matt Hess went the distance. First complete game of his season. 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk. And no earned runs with 1 run total. That one misses. Make it 2-1. Low and away, make it 3-1. Jace Edwards on deck for the Sabre Dogs, nicknamed Juice. Don't want to call him OJ, though, for obvious reasons. Pretty big gap up the middle here if he wants it. As that one is thrown behind McClintock, and that has happened quite a bit. As that will be, I think they're calling that a hit by pitch. As that would have been ball 3 right there.
Number 15, Jace Edwards.
Edwards is 0 for 1 on the evening. McClintock on at first. McClintock has some sneaky speed. He has 4 stolen bases on the year. He's an incredible athlete, has shown that on the defensive end. Making great stretches and leaps and athletic plays over at first base for the Sabre Dogs this season. First pitch, that one misses outside on a breaking ball for ball 1. was a fastball that's in there. That'll even count 1-1. Sabre Dogs trying to get their third win against Clark Division opponents on the road. They're currently at 2-12. Over there, 5-2 against Clark Division opponents at home. One pitch, that one misses outside. That'll be ball 2. Sabre Dogs are done with Clark Division opponents after tonight. Kelcher comes set and delivers. Swung on and lifted towards right field. Pinheiro trying to make the play and cannot. It gets foul. Now make it 2-2. The Sabre Dogs finished 1-4 against Casper. All those games going on at Mike Lansing Field. They went 3-5 against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. 3-1 at Corbett. 0-4 at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. 2-4 against Fremont. 2-1 at Corbett and 0-3 in Fremont. And then, of course, 1-1 against the Sodbusters. They don't have to play the Spearfish Sasquatch at all this season. And they don't play Pier on the road at all this season, despite being in the same division. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on. A grounder to J.D. Barrett, third baseman. That one's foul. That's probably for the best for Hastings, as Edwards with some speed probably would have gotten there safely. Count still 2-2. One out, runner on first. Bo McClintock. Sabre Dogs still lead 2-0. Back-to-back scoreless innings by both teams. Sabre Dogs trying to break that spell right here. Have just one hit since the first inning. That was a single from Wilson Rubion. 2 outs in the top of the second. Two-two pitch. And that one is hit. Nice short hop there by Anderson. To get the runner at second. Runner at first is in there at first. He's safe. And he'll be there via fielder's choice. Sabre Dogs have gotten a lot of calls their way over at first base, not just this series, but during this road trip, whether it be on defense or offense. So McClintock gets out via the 4-6, and Edwards will be the new runner. Now we'll bring up Drew Pollum with 2 down. Pollum 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far today. Will Richardson holding on. Edwards at first. First pitch. That one is ripped down the line, foul, down the third base side. Sabre Dogs have been hitting good. They're hitting it pretty good so far. Unfortunately, have been hitting a lot of really good balls foul. Kelcher comes set. Looks at first. Double take, now deals. That's a breaking ball that misses. I'll make it 2-1. So coming up for the Sodbusters in the bottom portion of the inning, Grant Schmidt, J.D. Barrett, and Derek Hackman. Some good batters coming up for Hastings. Kelcher steps off the back of the mound, and we'll continue to wait for the 1-1 pitch. Edwards has his lead. Pretty good size over there. 1-1 pitch. That one is hit to the shortstop, Bornmeyer. Will get the easy out at second, and that will end the inning. Sabre Dogs leave a man stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Sabre Dogs lead it 2-0. We'll be right back.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Chase Grillo will come in for the Sabre Dogs already, as Sabre Dogs going to their bullpen early. Yesterday, Nathaniel Breser-Mendoza went 4 innings, and Sartwell finishes his day with 3. Wonder if there's something going on, because he has been pitching pretty good so far today. Taking a look at his final line, he goes for just 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. Chase Grillo comes in, has been the best reliever on the current roster, as he now has a 1-1 record, 2.57 ERA. He's making his 13th start in a condensed time as he joined the team pretty late in the season. He has went 21 innings, has 1 save with 28 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 13 hits for just a 1.10 whip, and 12 strikeouts per 9 innings. And Grillo's last start, well, didn't go exactly his way. He went for 1 inning against the Pioneers, gave up 4 runs. Fortunately, only 1 was earned. He gave up 2 hits and 2 walks and picked up the loss. That was certainly the outliers. He hadn't allowed more than 2 runs in the entire season in a single outing. He only has 1 outing where he has given up more than 1 run. That was when he went 3 innings against Casper back on June 21st. So he will take on the 3-4-5 hitters, Grant Schmidt, J.D. Barrett, and Derek Hackman. Will be a big chore here for the righty from Spokane Falls Community College.
Now batting, number 17, Grant Schmidt.
Chase Grillo, one of those guys that has the mustache going. Him, Mapston, and Callier. First it started with Callier, and then Mapston was with Callier, and Callier was shaving, and Mapston said, "Yeah, just leave it as is. Just have the little mustache." And then he said, "Only if you do it too." And he said, "Down, I'm down." And Grillo said, "You know what? I'll join you guys." So it's a little fun thing they're doing together. First pitch from Grillo. That one is in there. Fastball down the middle for strike 1 to Grant Schmidt. A 1, that one popped up in the air, and that one will get out of here. Get out of here, and that will be strike 2. Grant Schmidt is 3 for 6 going into today's game in this series. He has 4 runs, tied for the most on the team. Also has 2 stolen bases. That one in there for strike 3, got him going. That'll be out number 1 for J.D. Barrett, who was retired in the first time of the series. Last time came up in the 2nd inning. About guarantee if Chase Grillo had these numbers going into the All-Star break, he would have played in the All-Star game. He has just been fantastic. As that pitch misses inside for ball 1, fastball. Him and Cody Waters both getting a lot of games in a condensed amount of time. So that one in there for a strike. Cody Waters has the most appearances on the team as he has been converted into a starter. He has a total of 16 games. That one is hit well towards center field. Coming in is Wilson Rubion, and that one hangs just for a little bit too much as Rubion's under it for out number 2. And that will bring up Derek Hackman. Sabre Dogs looking for the first 1, 2, 3 innings since the first. Hackman reaching via an error his first time up. First pitch is in there, strike 1. So just 1 hit so far for the Sodbusters, and that was by Derek Bornmeyer last inning. Fastball, that one misses outside. That one misses as well. That one misses upstairs. Coming up for the Sabre Dogs on top of the fifth, it will be the 9-1-2 hitters, Rubion, Childs, and Dennison. Here's a 2-1. That one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Now we'll even the count. Pretty good sized crowd here at Duncan Field. Nice weather for it. Sun being covered up here by the few clouds in the sky. 2-2 pitch. And that one just barely misses outside, and that'll make the count full. Hackman from South Dakota State, sophomore there, hometown of Johnson, Iowa. 2-2 pitch, and that one misses for ball 4. Trying to attack that outside corner is Chase Grillo. Unable to get a call there.
Now batting is number 10, Wyatt Anderson.
So that'll bring up Wyatt Anderson, who also reached via an error his first time up. Sodbusters still looking for their first run of the game. Still 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch misses low and away to Anderson. Anderson also going to South Dakota State. Got quite a few Jackrabbits on the team. Ryan McDonald, another one, played the previous 2 games, getting the day off today. 1-0 pitch. That one's in there. Count even now at 1-1. Chase Grillo coming in from the bullpen, in for Matt Startwell. Finished with 3 innings. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did not go around. And that will make it 2-1. McClintock holding on the runner at first. And that one is in there. Upper portion of the strike zone. That'll even up at 2-2. Hackman not a huge lead over there, but trying to mess with Grillo's head. And doing one of those things where he's kind of just running back and forth between the bases. Mason Dennison did that quite a bit early on this season, but he's been picked off 4 times because of it. Doesn't really do that a whole lot anymore. 2-2 pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Pollum for strike 3. So that will end the fourth. Still 2-0. Sabre Dogs trying to break that coming up in the top of the fifth. We'll be right back.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
105.3 The Fox is Minot's only rock station, playing the active rock of today, reaching your male audience 18 to 52, and getting your message to their ears.
I'm listening.
And 105.3 The Fox can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country. And with our iHeartRadio app, from radio to stream, web, and social media, we've got your bases covered. If you're needing to reach a male audience, we are your radio station.
105.3 The Fox.
Sabre Dogs lead 2-0 going into the top of the fifth. Let's take a look at the scores around the Expedition League. Of course, Pier and Spearfish in a doubleheader. Game 1 belonged to the Trappers. 4-3 was the final there. Game 2 about to get underway. Badlands now leads Wheat City 1-0 here in the top of the third. Wheat City and Hub City tied 2-2. That has been a very close series back and forth, as that one currently top of the fourth. Fossum Field mentions 2-2. Fremont and Casper, well, it's supposed to start at 7:35. Got a little bit of delay here in terms of getting that one underway. We'll try to keep you posted. So Kelchner back out for another inning of work. He has had himself a pretty solid day so far, I would say. In 4 innings, has given up 2 earned runs with 2 hits, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. He'll take on Wilson Rubion, Philip Childs, and Mason Dennison to start off the top of the 5th. Wilson Rubion has the Sabre Dogs' last hit back in the 2nd inning. Try to keep that up. Outfielder from Paris Junior College. Started out really well, was in the 300s for the majority of the season, was kind of slowly crawled back down a little bit as he is now at 278. Has 32 hits in 34 games, 11 runs, and 12 RBI. In my opinion, was a little bit of an all-star snub. He was hitting just so consistent day in, day out, just getting hit after hit. He had a batting average of around 300 going into the all-star break, but unfortunately didn't get the vote. Sabre Dogs had a lot of guys that could have gotten in but didn't, just because they already had 8 already. So Marcelo Terrazas was a late add. Here's the first pitch to Wilson, as that one is in there for strike 1. Rubion 1 for 5 in the current series in the second half, batting .214. That one misses outside. I'll make it 2-0. Correction is now 1-1. Slow grounder foul down the first base side to make it 1-2. Kelchner not wasting any time here.
That foul ball is brought to you by Hastings Tribune, which covers the Sodbusters and all your favorite teams year-round. Your life, your news.
Sabre Dogs going for their 16th win of the second half. 15-11. That one fouled off a breaking ball. Head of that one. Keep it at 1-2. So after Pier was able to beat the Spearfish Sasquatch in the first game of that doubleheader, they now have a 1-game lead up on the Sturgis Valley Sabre Dogs. Now Wilson wants time. Sabre Dogs actually play 2 more games than the Trappers in the second half. Sabre Dogs play 34. Trappers play 32. That one's up the middle, and that will give him his second hit of the day. First multi-hit Sabre Dog of the evening. Lead-off single from Wilson Rubion. That will bring up Philip Childs. The Sabre Dogs in the first half played 30 games as they went 16-14. We're 3-3 in the month of May and 15-11 in the month of June. Sabre Dogs are 17-8 at Corbett Field. First pitch to Childs. That one in there, strike 1. Sophomore from the University of Texas Arlington, 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out and a flyout. Rubion has his lead. A 1 pitch. Now misses upstairs. Now leaving the count 1-1. Wilson with 2 stolen bases on the year, and that really just underestimates the amount of speed that Rubion actually has. There's been so many times where he has gone, but eventually has been having to go back to first as that one slipping off the mound was Kelchner. Got a fastball in there that just barely missed outside. Make it 2-1. To Rubion, he rather, as soon as he goes, it'll be a foul ball or it'll be put in play. He has shared his frustration with me multiple times on that front. As long as it's a base hit, he said he doesn't really care. Kelchner slipping on the infield turf. And now getting back on the mound. There's a lot of those black pellets on the mound and near the plate, signifying a lot of spikes have been dug into that turf. 2-1 pitch. And that one misses inside. Make it 3-1.
Go Busters with me. Ready? And go Busters!
Kelchner sets, And delivers. That one outside as well. It'll be a 5-pitch walk. We'll have runners on first and second for Mason Dennison.
Now batting, number 3, Mason Dennison.
Dennison 0 for 1 of the day. A walk, a run, and a stolen base. He'll get his third crack at it here with a runner on second and first. Big gap in between Anderson and Richardson, not because Richardson is holding on the runner. First pitch. Down a little blooper in foul territory, and that will get out of play for strike.
The guy in the green was not having that. He ran fast.
Kelser back on the mound. Once again, go at the 6'4" shortstop from University of West Florida. Rubion doing some dancing over there at second. Now time called by Dennison. He releases the throw, and that will not count. That was a breaking ball that missed in the dirt. The count will remain 0-1 with nobody out. Runners on first and second. Sabre Dogs still lead 2-0. That gap in between second and first ever expanding, with the second and first baseman kind of drifting towards the bags as that one misses outside. It'll make it 1-1. Dennison, the third highest batting average on the team at 317 right now, as that one misses. I'll make it 2-1. On deck is Cruz Taylor, and in the hole is Chauncey Callier. Lights starting to come on here at Duncan Field. Still got quite a bit of sunlight left. 2-1 pitch. And that one misses inside for another ball. That will make it 3-1. Hitters count coming up. Three-one delivery. Swung on, grounded foul, and that was ball 4, and he knew it. Not mad or not happy with himself as he swung at that one to make it 3-2.
Need an oil change? Get it done at Eldon's across the street from Duncan Field and get
It'll be definitely a little strange adjusting back to Minot, as one thing that I don't think I would ever get used to, even if I lived in Minot, is those 10:30 sunsets. Just very strange to me. Three-two pitch with runners go. Check swing bunt. And that one fouled out back into the net. And that will keep it 3-2.
Strowman Stainless Gutters, committed to excellence. Call Tim at 402-469.
And with those sunsets, one thing I don't think I'll be able to adjust to anything anymore, because I kind of got adjusted to the 10:30 sunsets, and then go to to Casper or someone like that, and it'll be sunset at 9:15 like a normal place is, and be like, okay, now this is what it's supposed to be like, but it doesn't feel normal still. Nothing feels normal anymore. 3-2 pitch with runners go again, and that one hit to left field, base hit, rounding third, and coming home to score is Wilson Rubion, and that will give the Sabre Dogs a 3-0 lead. Trials on to second, and that will put runners on first and second now for Chauncey Callier.
Now batting, number 11, Cruz Taylor.
Quick mound visit. Coach Frew talking some things over here. Give us some more time to talk about scores going on around the league. Spearfish and Pier has started their second game of the doubleheader. Badlands still leads Weed City 1-0. They're in the bottom of the third now. And Fremont and Casper just got postponed due to rain. And Western Nebraska, Hub City, tied 2-2 in the top of the fifth. Hastings has some action going on in the bullpen as the Sabre Dogs have already went to theirs with Chase Grillo. Although it's nearly impossible to see the bullpen from here. Got multiple things in the way, including the kids zone here. First pitch, that one missed outside to Cruz Taylor. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our listeners on YouTube. The final road game during the Expedition League regular season, that is, of course, for the Sabre Dogs. 7 home games coming up. You can catch all those right here or on expeditionleague.tv or KRRZ, as that one is in their first strike. Lead runner is Childs at second, Mason Denson over at first. The Sabre Dogs have some speed if Cruz Taylor puts this one in the gap. 1-1. That one hit high in the air. Shallow left center field, and the shortstop will make the play for out number 1. That will bring up Chauncey Callier, who's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Is the beer batter, and he has really made the fans here happy.
Can you do it again, Chauncey? Let's hear it, fans!
Now batting number 10, Chauncey Callier.
Kelstra comes and sets. Looks over at second. There go the runners. That one is hit over the third baseman's head, and that will be at least 1 run. This is in foul territory over there in left field, and that will be a 2 RBI double from Chauncey Callier. That is his 26th double of the season in RBIs, 39 and 40. Sabre Dogs now lead 5-0. Chauncey never fails to surprise. And that will be it for Kelchner. So we will head to a break. Sabre Dogs now lead 5-0. We'll be right back.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
Mix Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station. Mix puts our personality and music focus on adult women, whether it's the moms at home or at work, to those that are business owners, or the women who have declared 50 is the new 30. Let Mix go to work for you, playing a variety of music from the 80s, 90s, and today, and can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices all across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. We are Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station.
New pitcher for the Sodbusters is Cody White as first pitch runner goes. That is Callier, and that is not even close. As Callier gets another stolen base, that is number 28 on the season and number 1 of the day. I'll put a runner on first with 1 out as Josh Pano lets ball 1 go past him. So the Sabre Dogs get 5 runs. And as of right now, Kelchner responsible for the man over at third. As of right now, he's went 4 1/3 with 5 hits. As that one misses outside, he has 4 walks and 4 Ks. And as of right now, has 5 earned runs. Here comes a 2-0 pitch from Cody White. And that one is in there for strike 1. Cody White, a left-handed pitcher from Murray State University, hometown of Soper, Oklahoma. Doesn't have any decisions this year, making his 3rd appearance. Actually, 4th, my mistake, as that one misses inside. His last appearance came out for an inning of 3rd against Spearfish. Went for 1 earned run, 3 hits, 1 walk, and a strikeout. And their 17-10 loss 6 days ago. Infield playing in here. Josh Pano is quick. That one is hit well towards left field. Backing up is Schmidt, and he got all that one. It rolls all the way to the wall, and that will easily score 1. Pano's going to try for a second triple of the day, and the throw will be not in time. He is 2 for 3 with 2 triples. Needless to say, this is the first multi-triple day for the Sabre Dogs this season. That is his 3rd of the year. He now leads the team in triples. And that will bring up Bo McClintock, as the Sabre Dogs are not done just yet, as that run is credited to Kelchner. So he finishes with 6 earned runs. First pitch to McClintock. That one misses outside on a fastball for ball 1. Infield still playing in here. Not the wisest thing with how hard Bo McClintock can hit. 1-0 pitch. That one popped up, flying towards the right field line, and that will get out of here. I'll make it 1-1. So a 4-run top of the 5th so far for the Sabre Dogs. Nobody had scored since the top of the 1st when the Sabre Dogs got 2, thanks to a 2 RBI triple by who else? Josh Pano. 1-1 pitch, that one ripped down the line, foul. Brock Bockham had to get out of the way there. I'll make it 1-2. So White's ERA at 10-12 has went just 2 2/3 innings. It's 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 8 hits allowed. One, 2 now. That one misses outside to make it 2-2. Jace Edwards on deck now for the Sabre Dogs. Two fouled out of here, same spot, and that will keep it there. Still just 1 out. Bo McClintock, the king of the sac fly. He has 9 sacrifice flies on the season, which leads the league. Second most in the league is 5. So almost double. Second place in the league. 2-2 pitch. That one is hit into right field base, hit past the glove of Anderson, the second baseman, and that'll score another run. It is now 7-0. And talking about those sac flies from Bo McClintock, he had 3 in Monday's game against Fremont, as well as 2 hits. Quite a day that was.
Number 15, Jace Edwards.
So that will bring up Jace Edwards, Bo McClintock over at first, getting an RBI single. And now a balk is called as White didn't come set, and McClintock is granted second base. I don't think there's anybody that has been balked more in the league than the Sabre Dogs. That is the third balk in the last 5 games from opposing pitchers. Stepping off the back of the mound now was White. McClintock doesn't go back to the base, kind of just takes a step back towards the bag. Here's the first pitch to Edwards. Swing and a miss, strike 1. The Sabre Dogs had 2 balks against Fremont. One of them was the tying run in the 7th inning. Big controversy on that one, and of course the exuberant Fremont play-by-play commentator was not happy about it. A 1 pitch, that one is inside. It was the right call, though, as he left-handed pitcher never threw over to third base, but he has to once he gets off the mound. Makes a motion. A 1 pitch, that one misses low. That will even up the count. Edwards on the season batting .229, tied with Josh Pano, has 19 hits. Making his 25th start of the season. 2-1 pitch, check swing, doesn't go. That one misses up high for ball 3. Edwards has filled into that number 7 hole really nicely for the Sabre Dogs. He has become pretty much an everyday starter. Now move him around in the infield. He has played third, second, and short. 3-1 pitch. And that one is in there for a strike. Juice thought that was ball 4, but has to readjust his batting gloves because he started to take them off. Still just 1 out here, but McClintock is on at second. 3-2 count coming up to Edwards. Sabre Dogs lead 7-0 here at the top of the 5th. And that one misses upstairs for sure this time, and that will put runners on first and second now for Drew Pollan. It's been a long inning for the Sodbusters pitching staff.
Now batting, number 21, Drew Pollan.
Pollan is 0 for 2 on the day. Only Sabre Dog did not reach base so far today. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on the inside corner. Actually might have got a piece of that. Make it 0-1. 0-1 pitch from White. Now on foul down the first base side. I'll make it 0-2.
That foul ball is brought to you by Eldon's Automotive. Whether it's under the hood or tires in alignment, we provide old school service with new school tech.
White taking a long time here. Now gets the signal he wants. 0-2. Swung on, grounded to Barrett. I'll get 1 at second. Throw to first. That one be wide of the first baseman Richardson. Coming home to score is McClintock, and he will be in there with no throw. So an error from the Sodbusters as Edwards is out at second. Pollan reaches on a fielder's choice. McClintock is the 8th run for the Sabre Dogs as Hastings still scoreless. Now White talking with the umpire about something here. I think that's regarding the fact that was out of play, saying that this one was out of play, but the previous one wasn't. I didn't see where that ended up, as Pollan is going to actually be at second. So that brings up Wilson Rubion, who started this whole mess with a leadoff single, making his second at-bat of the inning. First pitch, that was in there for strike 1. Wilson is 2 for 2. Stranded in the second, came around to score here in this inning. The White comes set. Here's a 1-0 pitch. And that one misses low and in. I'll make it 2-0. So coming up for the Sodbusters will be the bottom of the order with Will Richardson, Derek Bornmeyer, and Donovan Murray. If we ever do get to the bottom portion of the inning. 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. And a 6-run top of the 5th for the Sabre Dogs. Trappers are out to a 2-0 lead against the Sasquatch, trying to get the sweep. It's a breaking ball fouled off, left field line. Trappers are going for their 6th win in a row. Able to sweep the Hub City Hotshots in 3 games and have won 2 already against Spearfish. Badlands leads 1-0 against Wheat City still. They're now in the bottom of the 4th, and Western Nebraska breaks the 2-2 tie to make it 3-2. They're in the bottom of the 5th there in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Palm has his lead at second. Hormeyer holding him on. That throw gets past the catcher, Hackman, and that will advance Palm over to third. So now it will be a full count. To a pitch, fouled off. The dugout of the Sodbusters. Hastings' playoff chances are starting to really slim here, not only because they're losing here tonight, but also the fact that they do not play Fremont or Hastings, or excuse me, rather Western Nebraska for the rest of the season. 2-2 pitch. Now misses in the dirt. So they're playing Casper in a 4-game series after tonight's game. And they play Hub City in a 2-game series. Hastings has just 6 games remaining after this one. Sabre Dogs have 7, of course, all of which will be at home. Once again, here's the 3-2. Foul tip, that pops out of the glove of Hackman. Not happy with himself there. Slaps at it. Keep it at 3-2. Palm still over at third. J.D. Barrett not really in the vicinity, holding him on. And Philip Childs is on deck, if necessary. 3-2 from White, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Rubion is retired for the first time today. The Sabre Dogs get 6 runs in the top of the 5th to take an 8-0 lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th coming up.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio. We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Sabre Dogs lead now 8-0 as they blow up in the top of the 5th, and they will take on the bottom of the order for the Sodbusters. It'll be Will Richardson, Derek Bornmeyer, and Donovan Murray. That portion of the order was 1 for 3 their first time through. Chase Grilla coming out for his second inning of action. If you're just joining us, it was Matt Startwell who got the start. He went 3 innings, didn't give up any earned runs, and just 1 hit, 1 walk with 2 strikeouts, but exited the game after 3 innings. Talked to Matt and head coach Corey Thompson to get you updated on his status. As Grilla coming in for his second inning. Gave up just 1 walk, no hits, and no earned runs with 2 strikeouts last inning. First pitch to Will Richardson, fastball outside for ball 1. He struck out his first time up. No pitch, swung on a grounder, nice scoop by Pano, throw to first in time. What a play! Moving from left, or actually right to his left, making the scoop and firing it over to McClintock. Sabre Dogs have the second best fielding percentage in the league, and they continue to flop that out here tonight.
Now
They have just been the kings of the double plays. They had 3 yesterday. They actually had a triple play on Monday against Fremont. It was a 6-4-3-2. That resulted also in an RBI. It was just a bizarre play. First pitch. And that one misses for ball 1. There was a runner on second for Fremont, and he tried to come around to score after the double play was gunned out at home by Bo McClintock. Here's a 1-0 pitch now to Grillo. Excuse me, from Grillo. That one fouled down the left field line. Make it 1-1. Sabre Dogs would love to have Grillo go the rest of the game. Not quite sure how realistic that is, considering the most amount of innings he has went is 3 this season. One pitch. That one misses upstairs. Make it 2-1. 2 defensive errors for the Sabre Dogs. Both came back in the second inning. Didn't end up hurting him, though. Able to get out of it. 2-1 pitch. That's a spike ball. A fastball misses low and in. About 5 feet in front of home plate. Donovan Murray, man on deck, comes over to grab it. Through 1 pitch, and that one misses. That'll be a 5-pitch walk for Grillo. That is the second of the game. Would recommend a lot of you to come out to Quarter Field if you can coming up this week, as Monday will be Christmas in July. Sabre Dogs will have Christmas-themed jerseys, as well as the blood drive. Hope you can donate if you can. First pitch, that one is hit in the air. That one fouled out of play for strike 1. Can make it on Monday. Also have some great other nights coming up, including team poster giveaway on Tuesday. The Superstars are coming out on Wednesday for the 3rd time this season. Have summertime St. Patty's Day on Wednesday. As here's the 0-1 pitch from Grillo. That one misses up and away. Thursday we have a hat giveaway presented by North Dakota One Call, as well as the Farmers Union Insurance Food Drive. That'll be the second time we do that. Just come and donate all the non-perishable food items and enter to win fabulous prizes. There's that one in there. Make it 1-2. And on Friday, we have Scandinavian Heritage Night. Also have another Farmers Union Insurance player trading cards giveaway. That's the second time we've done that this season. And then final night of the season, August 4th, is Fan Appreciation Night, bobblehead giveaway. That one's a weak fly ball to left field. That will be caught by Philip Childs for out number 2. Playoff caliber baseball coming up this week at home at Quarter Field. Hope you can join us. Or you can continue to listen here on YouTube, as well as on 1390 KRRZ and on ExpeditionLeague.tv. Now at the plate is Casey Burnham. First pitch, that one misses outside for ball 1. Derek Bornmeyer over at first base reached on a 1-out walk. Jared Sleppy here live at Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. Sabre Dogs lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th, as that one is in there for strike 1. Half of this game completed. Still got another half to go. Burnham from the University of Kansas at the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. 1-1 pitch. And that one misses. That'll make it 2-1. One pitch, that one misses outside to make it 3-1. On deck is Carlos Pinheiro. Sabre Dogs have really struggled against him so far in the series. We'll have to get the final out before facing it. 3-1 pitch, fouled out of play. That'll make the count full. Coming up for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the 6th, it will be top of the order. Phil Childs, Mason Dennison, and Cruz Taylor. Runner goes, 3-2 pitch. That one in there for strike 3. That will end the inning. So Grillo gives up a walk, leaves him stranded, and that will send us to the top of the 6th. After 5 innings, Sabre Dogs lead it 8-0. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball on the YouTube page of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs.
iHeartRadio.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience.
Sodbusters have a new pitcher. It is Austin Oblas, as Cody White is done for the day after an inning of work. Actually, not an inning of work. That would be 2/3 of an inning. Coach Childs comes to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He came home and scored, reached via a walk back in the 5th inning. Take a look at Oblas' stats on the year. It's the first time we have seen him. Record of 0-1, 7.36 ERA, making his 13th appearance of the season. He's got 11 innings of experience so far, 6 strikeouts, 9 walks, and 12 hits for a whip of 191 and 4.91 strikeouts for 9 innings. Now take a look at some of the scores around the majors, starting off with the Reds and the Rockies. Cincinnati leads 3-1, the top of the 7th. Braves lead the Phillies on the road 14-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Cubs lead the Brewers 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Mets are beating the Pirates 3-0 at home in the top of the 9th. Twins are unfortunately trailing to the White Sox 3-1 the top of the 7th. Plenty of baseball left in that one. Astros beating up on the Cardinals is 6-1 the top of the 7th. Indians are beating up on the Royals 9-1 the top of the 7th. And we'll get some of these scores going after the first pitch. That one swung on foul for strike 1. Giants and Padres just underway. Scoreless there in the middle of the 3rd. Rangers and A's no score after 1 inning. O's and Angels. Baltimore with a 2-0 lead in the middle of the 1st. And there have been 6 games that have finalized, including the Blue Jays being the Rays in a thriller in 10 innings, 10-9. That one's hit towards right field, and that will be caught by Pinheiro in right field for out number 1. Red Sox have won 3 games against the Yankees in a row now. 9-5 was the margin here this evening. Also, Dodgers and Nationals final. Dodgers won that one 9-3. Mariners beat the Tigers 8-1, and the D-backs beat the Marlins on the road 9-2. So Mason Denison now comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day. 2 runs as the first pitch, misses for ball 1. He also has an RBI as well as a stolen base, making his 4th plate appearance of the evening. On a pitch from Oblas. That one is hit right to the shortstop, Bornmeyer. Didn't have to move an inch. Throw to first. Nice dig from the first baseman Richardson for out number 2. Hastings going for their first 1-2-3 inning since all the way back in the 3rd. That will bring up Cruz Taylor 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. First pitch. Turns his hips and watches that one go by for ball 1 on the inside edge. Sabre Dogs offense at one point had a batting average of .284, and that has significantly declined, as that one is in there for a strike, evens count of 1-1. That one really started since the home series against the Pioneers. Not a whole lot of offense to be had whenever you play Western Nebraska. Best pitching staff in the league by far. 1-1 pitch. Now misses up and away. I'll make it 2-1. see if Western Nebraska loses anyone. I mean, even if they do, they still have a lot of depth as well. That one is sitting in center field on a line there, and that one is going to be in there for a base hit, and that will win one at first for Chauncey Callier. That will bring up Chauncey Callier. Had a 2 RBI double back in the 5th. Came around to score. First pitch. That one misses, and that one gets away from Hackman, and Cruz Taylor is going to slide in safely at second. So now a base hit can possibly score Cruz Taylor. Here's a 1-0. And a check swing, but not really. And now Chauncey Callier is hurt on that swing. He looked like he wanted to check up, but because at full rotation, looks like it was something to do with his left shoulder there. Now head coach Corey Thompson coming out to check up on him. He has been just battling every single day with injuries, and they're going to go ahead and pull Chauncey Callier right now. Man, you really hate to see that. He's been dealing with injuries all year long. Had that collision last week against Western Nebraska with his wrist. And that is going to do it for Chauncey Callier. Man, you just hate to see that, especially this late in the season. Sabre Dogs are just a game out and getting in the playoffs. And we will have a pinch hitter coming up to come in for Callier. We'll go and step aside. We'll be right back.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
Pinch hitter will be Sam Powers, as he has pitched in 2 of the last 3 games. Hasn't allowed a single run, which has been a nice addition to the bullpen. He comes in with a 1-1 count, man on second. First pitch to him is in there for strike 2. Cruz Taylor over at second, taking a large lead.
Hey fans, we got 2 strikes on our new beer batters. Let me hear ya!
Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball, hitting to left field, base hit. Rounding third, heading for home is Cruz Taylor, and the Sabre Dogs are up now 9-0. This is a game the Sabre Dogs have just needed in terms of their confidence at the plate, especially after a 9-1 loss yesterday. Sam Powers has been hitting pretty well in the second half of the season. So that will bring up Josh Pano. 2 for 3 with 2 triples. That's a pop-up in foul territory. Richardson running out of room over there on the first base side. That will be strike 1.
That foul ball is brought to you by Eldon's Automotive. Whether it's under the hood or tires in alignment, we provide.
Pano in the second half of the season, batting .250, making his 21st start, 19 hits, 18 runs, and 10 RBI, as well as, of course, his 17 steals, which leads the team. 0-1 pitch. That one's in there for strike 2. Two outs, runner on at first. Sabre Dogs get an additional run here in the top of the 6th. 0-2 pitch. This is up high, trying to get Payne to chase. Does not bite. Make it 1-2. misses as well. Make it 2-2. Like a change up on the outside edge. Sabre Dogs now with 10 hits with their 9 runs. 2 defensive errors back in the second inning. Both of those. As for the Sodbusters, just 1 hit. That one is hit towards the left field line. That one hanging in foul territory. And that will be dropped foul, as there's a little bit of fence over there. And that fence over there actually ends about after about another 5 feet. There's a foul line, and there's additional white line to the left of that. Very bizarre. As you keep going to the left of that, you have the Hastings bullpen, which you have a guy over there warming up. Same thing over there on the right field line. Powers once again gets his lead. 2-2 pitch. Swing on and missed, and that will be final out of the inning. Sabre Dogs now lead 9-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th coming up in just a little bit.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
iHeartRadio.
910 AM KCJB is Minot's Heritage AM full-service information station, supported by the classic country favorites. KCJB listeners are ranchers and farmers and business owners. From egg reports and markets to compelling information, we are 910 AM KCJB, home of the Minnesota Twins, Minot State, and Minot High Sports. We are 910 AM KCJB, Minot's news and information station.
So we got some defensive adjustments for the Sabre Dogs after Chauncey Callier exits. It'll be Jace Edwards over at third, Josh Pano at short, and Sam Powers coming in to play second for the second time this season. First time he played second base, he committed an error, so hopefully he can put that behind him. As on the mound for the Sabre Dogs, it will be long, tan, and handsome, Caden Calbert. See if the Sabre Dogs can't stretch him out for the rest of the game. Take a look at his stats on the year. His record of 2-1, 7.98 ERA. This is his 12th appearance of the year. Has 3 saves with 14 2/3 innings, 20 strikeouts, 8 walks, 16 hits, with a 164 WHIP. Bounced back after back-to-back bad outings with a nice outing on Thursday night. Got the save with 2 strikeouts. Talking with his teammate Jace Edwards at the Buffalo Wild Wings after a tough loss on Wednesday night, as that is a nice grounder to Sam Powers, makes the play, fielded cleanly for out number 1. That retires Pinheiro. Always nice to have some college teammates to help you out. Both go to Spokane Falls Community College. As that will bring up Grant Schmidt, who is uncharacteristically 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a flyout. First pitch, that one's in there for strike 1. And on the defensive end, you haven't heard me call out old number 9, Cruz Taylor. Well, it's because he hasn't made a defensive play yet this evening, as that one misses for a ball. I make it 1-1. Now, it would be mainly due to the fact that the Sodbusters have a lot of right-handed batters coming up. 1-1 pitch. Slow grounder off home plate. That'll be caught by Calber. Throw to first in time for out number 2. Calber got a little additional time with his height there. Sitting at 6'8". And that will bring up J.D. Barrett. Not to be confused with, of course, J.T. Barrett, former Ohio State Buckeye quarterback. And first pitch, he tries to get out of the way, but actually dives right into the pitch, and he will be awarded first base. First time Barrett has gotten on base, but does it the hard way. And now I'll bring up Derek Hackman, 0 for 1 with a walk. Barrett has his lead over the first, McClintock holding him on. First pitch, that one misses low, and Pollum able to recover after that one got away from him for a brief second. Count is now 1-0. Calber looks over at first. Pretty small lead for Barrett. Now hit right to King Calber. Throw to first, underhand, a little low, but no problem for Bo McClintock, and that will get the final out. So a couple of plays by Caden Calber give the Sabre Dogs out in a jiffy. Sabre Dogs lead 9-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
New pitcher for the Sodbusters is Yvonne Varela. Taking a look at his stats on the year. Record of 2-2 with a 4.89 ERA. Pitching in his 22nd game on the season with 49 2/3 innings. He has 2 starts and 2 saves with 43 strikeouts, 13 hits allowed, and 71 hits allowed. Whip of 169 and 7.79 strikeouts per 9 innings. So for the Sabre Dogs, will be Bo McClintock leading things off with Jace Edwards on deck and Drew Pollum in the hole will be the 6, 7, 8 hitters. First time that Yvonne Varela has faced the Sabre Dogs this season. First pitch. And that one is outside for ball 1. Varela has pitched in the most games in the season so far. As the 1-0 pitch, that one misses for ball 2. As Varela mentioned, this is his 22nd game. Second most is the Badlands Zaleski. He has 18 games, so quite a significant margin too. One pitch. That one is in there. Excuse me, that was the 2-0 pitch. That means a 2-1. 2-1 from Varela. That misses outside to make it 3-1. Sabre Dogs would love some insurance runs here in the final third portion of the game. They lead 9-0. 3-1 pitch. Check swing. That one is in there for a strike on the outside corner. Bo McClintock had already flipped his bat. And Drew Pollum will be asked to step back in the batter's box and get ready for the 3-2 pitch. A lot of smack talk. Fans here at Duncan Field, despite the score being 9-0. That's none of my business. 3-2 pitch. And that one outside for sure will put McClintock on at first.
Now batting is number 15, Jace Edwards.
Sabre Dogs looking for their first series win since the All-Star break. They took 3 of 4 from the first place Clark Division leading Western Nebraska Pioneers at Corbin Field. And that will bring up Jace Edwards. 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch, that one is in there for strike 1. Foul tip off the catcher's mask. That'll be a strike. And speaking of the upcoming schedule, Sabre Dogs have the Big Sticks next, and they trail the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Quite the upset there if Whiskey Jacks can win that one. As for the Trappers, they still lead 2-0 over the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 3rd at Hyde Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota. 1-1 pitch. That one is outside for ball 2. Western Nebraska still leads 3-2 against Hub City. That series is a lot closer than Western Nebraska would like, but of course they already have that first spot wrapped up. Western Nebraska certainly has not let up on the gas one bit. They're 20-6 in the second half. Overall record of 41-13. 2-1 pitch. That one is hit towards right field, carrying, but getting under it is Pinheiro for out number 1. And that will bring up Drew Pollum.
Now batting number 21.
0 for 3 on the day, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 5th. So if the Whiskey Jacks were able to hold on and beat the Big Sticks, that would snap 2 7-long game streaks. That'd be a 7-game losing streak snapped from the Whiskey Jacks and a 7-game winning streak from the Big Sticks being snapped. First pitch to Pollum. That one's in there for a strike. Wilson Rubion is on deck. One out here in the top of the 7th. Burrell looks over at first base rather. So that misses outside, even the count 1-1. Out here at Duncan Field thinking that was a strike. Pitches in the outside corner have been called strikes for the majority of the night as Burrell trying to push it out there a little bit more. 1-1 pitch. It's a foul tip off of, I believe, the foot of the catcher Hackman, kind of shaking that off. I make it 1-2. Home plate umpire going to personally hand deliver baseball to Yvonne Varela. Give Hackman some extra time. Sabre Dogs lead 9-0 here Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. Beautiful evening for baseball. July 27th, 2019. Jared Sleppy along with you here. Sabre Dogs trying to finish their 10-game road trip with a record of 2-8. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses up and away. That will make it 2-2. Clintock not a large lead over there at first. Sabre Dogs with 2 stolen bases so far today. 2-2 pitch. That's a chopper to the third baseman Barrett. He collects it. Throw to first is not in time. Infield base hit for Drew Palm. Excellent hustle. Clintock safe over there at second. Not much you can do there if you're the Sodbusters. As they say, speed kills. That will bring up Wilson Rubion, is 2 for 3 with a run and a strikeout. Had 2 at-bats in the 5th inning. Only person who can say that. First pitch. That one is in there for strike 1. Something that I've never really seen before, that I've seen a lot in the Expedition League, is when base runners get a lead at second, they start way behind the bag, and then right as the pitcher comes set, they take about 4 or 5 steps forward. Something that I've never seen before until this league. It's very interesting. 0-1 pitch. That one is hit. A little blooper towards left field, and that will be foul by that one. Just barely missed it by a couple feet. Head coach Corey Thompson jumping up and down, trying to wave that one fair. And since head coach Corey Thompson is over there, that means Brock Bockham might make another appearance on the mound for the Sabre Dogs. In his first appearance on a Thursday night, he ended up getting the win. He got 2 strikeouts. He came in the 8th inning. And it was Caden Calber who got the save. So Rubion now gets back in there with an 0-2 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Now misses up and away. I'll make it 1-2. Runner on second is Mo McClintock, reached via walk, and then Drew Palm got him to second on a single. 1-2 pitch with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Swing on and miss on an outside fastball for strike 3. So 2 outs. That will bring up Philip Childs for the 4th time today. He is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. Just 1 for 13 in his last 13 at-bats. First pitch. That was in there for a strike. So coming into tonight's game, Sabre Dogs batting .290 against the Sodbusters. $11 hits tonight. I'm going to assume that's going to rise. 0-1 pitch, misses low and away. 4-1 evens the count. Coming up for Hastings in the bottom of the 7th. After the stretch, we'll have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up. White Anderson, Will Richardson, and Derek Bornmeyer. Hits towards right field. That one's hooking, and that will be fair. Rounding third, heading for home was McClintock, and they're going to wave around Pollum, and they're going to try to get the 3rd triple of the day, and they do. That is the 3rd triple of the day for the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. That is Child's first of the season, and number 14 on the year. That makes it 11-0. Sabre Dogs looking like a pre-All-Star break Sabre Dogs team here tonight. Mason Dennison coming to the plate once again as the first pitch in there for strike 1. Dennison is 1 for 3, 2 runs, and an RBI as well as a stolen base. One pitch in there for strike 2. Sodbusters just trying to get out of this game without getting getting any injuries or anything like that. Sabre Dogs can't say that, as Chauncey Callier left today's game back in the 6th inning on a check swing. St. Powers has filled in since then. 0-2 pitch in there for strike 3, and that will end the inning. The Sabre Dogs get 2 more runs on a 2 RBI triple from Phil Childs, and that will send us to the 7th inning stretch. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio. We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
King Calvert coming out for his 2nd inning of work. Wow, just a hit by pitch in the previous inning. He comes in and he'll face these 6, 7, 8 batters. Sabre Dogs now lead 11-0 thanks to a 2 RBI triple from Philip Childs. That is the 3rd triple of the day, and that is the most triples the Sabre Dogs have had in a single game. They actually hadn't had a multi-triple day all year long, and Josh Pano did that by himself. And Childs getting the 3rd one of the night. So Wyatt Anderson comes to plate. He is over 2, reached on an error back in the 2nd, and also struck out in the 4th inning. It's been all the pitching for the Sabre Dogs. That started out with Matt Startwell, came in for 3 innings of work, gave up just 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, had 2 strikeouts. And Grillo came in for 2 innings, no hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. And Grillo, no walks, no hits, no runs, no strikeouts after 1 inning. First pitch, that one's in there for strike 1. The bullpen has been the strength for the Sabre Dogs all season long. A 1 pitch. Now on a chopper to the shortstop Pano. Field it, throw to first in time for out number 1. The bullpen talking about Sabre Dogs, how they've adjusted when they've lost a couple of crucial arms. They've taken some of their better bullpen performers and put them out, made them starters, and they have kind of struggled past 2 games. Brezra Mendoza and Cody Waters, as well as Matt Startwell. Startwell has a nice start here tonight. Sabre Dogs are going to need to have some of their people in the back of the bullpen step up. As that one is hit on a line to left field, that'd be the first hit against King Calbro of the night, and that is actually their first hit since the bottom of the 3rd. That will bring up Derek Bornmeyer. That was also just the 2nd hit of the night. Bornmeyer has the other hit. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk, as well as a stolen base. First pitch from Calber. Allen misses outside, goes to the backstop. Hollum will not make a throw down to second base, as Richardson will advance to second.
There's an active family chiropractor and acupuncture wild pitch. Active Family is your back pain headquarters. Check out our new location right here in Hastings.
1-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Nice pitch by Calvert. Lower portion of the strike zone. Trappers still lead 2-0 over the Sasquatch. They're in the top of the 4th there. Reminder that will go to 7 innings after Trappers won game 1 of that doubleheader 4-3. Western Nebraska still leads Hub City 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th, and the Big Sticks were able to tie the Whiskey Jacks at 3-3 in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 pitch. That one gets away from Palma as well, and that will advance the runner over to 3rd. Sabre, the sidearm thrower from Spokane Falls Community College. Standing at 6'8", comes way down and swings his arm across. He holds on to the ball for just a millisecond too long. That can happen right there. Jace Edwards, the third baseman now for the Sabre Dogs, drifting towards the bag. 2-1 pitch. Now foul back into the parking lot, making it 2-2. Not a whole lot of foul balls in the parking lot compared to how many we've seen the past couple nights. Two-two pitch. And that one barely misses upstairs. That'll make the count full. So far, this has been, no question, the best performance top to bottom for the Sabre Dogs in the second half. Offensively, defensively, and on the mound. No question about it, as they lead 11-0 here in the bottom of the seventh against the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-2 pitch. That one swung on, grounded foul. Really a shame, even if the Sabre Dogs hold on to this win, they could end up losing another half game to the Trappers. Three-two pitch. Outside, and that will put runners on the corners for the number 9 hitter, Donovan Murray. Murray over 2 with 2 flyouts to Philip Childs out in left field. Those of you just joining us, Sabre Dogs exploded in the top of the 5th with a 6-run inning. Calvert comes set here on the first pitch. Foul back and the screen for strike 1. So the inning started with an RBI single by Mason Dennison, then a 2 RBI double from Chauncey Callier, and a single RBI double from Josh Pano, then an RBI single from Bo McClintock. Sabre Dogs had 10 batters come to the plate at the top of the 5th. So, but way behind that fastball in the outside corner, that'll make it 0-2. Just one down here in the bottom of the 7th. Sabre Dogs are looking to get another shutout here. Haven't had one, of course, since the All-Star break. 2 pitch. Way late on that one. Goes into the Hastings dugout. Four till the top of the hour here. Been playing for about 2.5 hours. On pace to go a little bit longer than normal. Oh, 2 pitch. That's a pop-up, but it's behind home plate. Now to play. Keep it at 0-2. Last shutout the Sabre Dogs had was on July 5th against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. That was the no-hitter from Bradley Spooner. Oh, 2. That one also foul. 4 consecutive foul balls from Donovan Murray. Staying alive here. The Bee Gees would be proud here. Still just 2 hits for the Sodbusters. Wind is blowing in from center field. That wasn't really a problem the past couple days with their offense. Here's another 0-2 pitch. Now misses outside. So far, a pretty good plate appearance from number 1, Donovan Murray, the center fielder. One-two pitch. And guess what? Another foul ball. 5th foul ball in the last 6 pitches. Just one of those at-bats. A straight-up battle between Caden Calber and Donovan Murray. Here's pitch number 8 in the at-bat. Here's a grounder to the second baseman. Throw to first in time by St. Powers for out number 2. And the Sodbusters are on the board as Will Richardson comes around to score. So RBI ground out by Donovan Murray. And that will bring up Casey Burnham, who was 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. First pitch in there, strike 1, is Payno trying to hold on the runner at second. Derek Bornmeyer advancing on that previous play. Sodbusters average 533 people in the park every night. Swung on, grounded foul. I would assume there's more than that here this evening. Very nice sized crowd. Sodbusters are 6th in the league in attendance. Sabre Dogs are 4th at 636. Numbers have been down for a lot of the teams. The Trappers were ahead of the Sabre Dogs. Declining numbers towards the end of the season around the league as that one misses outside. Sabre Dogs had pretty small crowds against the Pioneers. I don't think the Pioneers had more than 1,000, which to them is a low number, of course, with their average being 1,200 a night. This counts out 1 and 2. It was pretty warm those first 2 days as it got up to 99 and 102 as the home is outside to make it 2 and 2. Final day was a lot nicer. I believe it was mid-80s. After the Sabre Dogs, attendance was low at the beginning of the season because it was so cold. It was in the 50s and low 60s. 2-2 pitch now. That one fouled out of play. See if the Sabre Dogs can't get some significant crowds in the final week of the season, trying to make that final stretch into the playoffs. Sabre Dogs were 40 and 24 in the regular season last year. And were upset by the Badlands Big Sticks because they didn't have any arms left. They literally did not have any starting pitchers left, and that is a ground ball to the shortstop Payno. Throw on the run in time as Payno had a tough time with the transfer, but gets Burnham out at first to end the inning. So that'll send us to the top of the 8th. Sabre Dogs lead 11-1 as they give up their first run of the game. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball on the YouTube page of the Service Valley Sabre Dogs.
iHeartRadio.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience.
Sabre Dogs will have the Heart of the Orr coming up with Cruz Taylor, Sam Powers, and Josh Payno. Pitcher still Yvonne Varela came in for an inning of work. Pitched pretty well. He was able to give up 2 earned runs in 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. Overall, just been a rough night for the Sodbusters pitching. As it was Kelchner who got the start. He went 4 1/3, gave up 6 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 hits, and 4 Ks. And Cody White came in for 2/3, gave up 2 more earned runs with 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Then Oblas came in for an inning, gave up another earned run, 2 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. So far, Sodbusters pitcher has not been able to keep the Sabre Dogs off the board. Hopefully they can take this game and carry it into the final week of the season. They'll need this type of offense every night, especially against a Badlands team who can absolutely just flat out rake. Best hitting team in the league. Players like Nathan Sanders, who has 12 home runs, leads the league, as well as Connor Van Cleve, who is the likely MVP candidate.
Now batting number 11.
Not to mention Kaimana Souza Paului. Just that outfield is just absolutely stacked. Bryson Ford, too. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So Cruz Taylor comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a single and 2 runs. First pitch. In there, strike 1. The Sabre Dogs play the Trappers 6 times this year, they play the Badlands Big Sticks and the Pure Trappers both 6 times apiece, but they play the Pioneers 8 times. Not in the same division, without out of play. Hoping they can fix the schedule next year and have more evened out, as the Sabre Dogs had 30 total games between both the Whiskey Jacks and the Hot Shots, 16 against Hub City and 14 against Hub City, which really benefits the Sabre Dogs because they have really taken advantage of that. Have a record of 24-4 against those 2 teams so far. 0-2 pitch, that one misses low for ball 1. Went 14-2 against Wheat City, and they are currently 10-2 against Hub City with 2 more games coming up. One-two pitch. Fouled out of play. Keep it at 1-2. So again, that's 30 games. That's literally almost half your schedule against arguably the 2 worst teams in the league.
Advertising have made the Hastings Tribune your original social networking site for more than 100 years.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Nobody on, nobody out here in the top of the 8th. That one also fouled out of play.
That foul ball is brought to you by Eldon's Automotive. Whether it's under the hood or tires in alignment.
12 hits for the Sabre Dogs has resulted in 11 runs. They have scored in every inning since the 5th, and they had that 6-run inning. As for the Sodbusters, they got their first run in the last half inning. 1-2 pitch. That one is hit to the second baseman, Anderson. Fields it, throw to first in time for out number 1. That will bring up Sam Powers for the second time. Had an RBI single his first time up since he came in for Chauncey Calley, who injured himself on a check swing back in the top of the 6th. Sam Powers picked up his 13th RBI of the season. He's barely over that Mendoza line at 204 on the year. First pitch. That one is hit towards right field, hooking, and that will drop for another base hit. And now booting it is Pinheiro. He's going to head for second, as Pinheiro forgot how to walk there. He fell to the ground, and that will put Powers on at second. That will bring up Josh Pano. Two for 4 with 3 RBI and 2 triples. See if he can make this big day even bigger with man on at second with 1 out. First pitch. Held back into the screen for strike 1 right at the feet of Bo McClintock, and he snags it off the net. Varela gets the pitch he wants. Comes set, looks over at second, and now deals. That one misses inside. That will leave the count at 1-1. Reminder that the Sabre Dogs are 1-4 against Badlands on the season, 1-2 in that They're just their third series of the season as that pitch in there for strike two. And they had a 2-game series at Corbett in which Big Six were able to sweep. That was back in early June. Last year, Big Six and Sabre Dogs played a bunch. Built a nice rivalry, but only 6 times a season. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled into the screen. Just remembered why there is such a large attendance. Not only the fact that it's a nice night, but also there is a fireworks show going on after tonight's game. Got a lot of people in the seats for that. Probably forthcoming a little bit late here in Hastings, Nebraska. One-two pitch. Outside, I'll even the count 2-2. Wind has picked up quite a bit since the beginning of the game. Pulling in from center field, 2-2 pitch. That one just barely misses on the outside corner. Make it 3-2. And blowing in all series long. Has not moved in any direction at all. Three-two pitch. Outside ball 4. Sabre Dogs still alive here in the bottom of, the top of the 8th. Now we'll bring up Bo McClintock. 1 for 2 was the hero of Thursday night's game. And there's the reminder that there's fireworks. McClintock has scored twice, has an RBI, and 2 walks. First pitch, that one is hit up the middle. That could be a double play ball. Anderson flips it to shortstop, throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. 6-4-3 double play will bring up the Sodbusters for the bottom of the 8th. It will be 2-3-4 hitters coming up. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
New pitcher for the Sabre Dogs is Corey Smith, lefty from UC San Diego, as Chase Grillo and also Caden Kalber are done for the day. Take a look at how Kalber's final stats finished up. He went 2 innings, gave up just 1 hit, and the only earned run of the game, as well as 1 walk and no strikeouts. Take a look at Corey Smith's numbers. Currently doesn't have any decisions. He's making his 7th appearance of the season, has an ERA of 9. He has allowed 4 earned runs in 4 innings, has 5 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 5 hits for a 4 whip, and 11.25 strikeouts per 9 innings. Hopefully, try to get that whip down a little bit, as he will take on the 2-3-4 batters of the Sodbusters. That will be Carlos Pinheiro, Grant Schmidt, and J.D. Barrett. Sabre Dogs still lead it 11-1. Pinheiro 0 for 3 on the day with a double play ball, another ground out, and a strikeout. Here's a first pitch grounder to the shortstop. Pano throw in time for out number 1. Last time Corey Smith was on the mound, that was against Fremont. That was on Tuesday. Came in for an inning, didn't give up any earned runs, just 1 hit and 2 walks. His first runless inning as a Sabre Dog. And in fact, talking with him, he told me that he hasn't actually pitched since high school until this year, as that one in there for strike one, as he was a redshirt freshman at UC San Diego and had some arm problems his senior year, so he took this last year off. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Now it's in the air towards right center field. That'll hang for the right fielder, Cruz Taylor. Actually, no, it's going to be Wilson Rubion. That'll be caught for out number 2. And the reason why I put so much emphasis on that play is because Cruz Taylor has still not had a ball hit in his direction. A lot of right-handed batters for Hastings, and they have been pulling everything.
It might have German language.
Next batter is J.D. Barrett, who's over 2 with a hit by pitch. So Corey Smith's first outing of the season, and his first outing since high school. Hold on just a second, as that one is hit well towards Wilson Rubion, but wind blowing it in, keep it in play for out number 3. We'll go ahead and keep it here just to talk about Corey Smith just a little bit longer. Corey Smith came in for an inning and 2/3 against Casper back on June 22nd. They ended up losing that game 10-6. He came in for, gave up 3 runs. None of them were earned, fortunately, but 2 hits and 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. That was, his first outing since high school in 2 years. And this has been a little bit of a rough year for him, as he then allowed 3 earned runs to Wheat City in a third of an inning to get his ERA up. And since then has only allowed 1 run since then. That was against Hub City on July 9th. So has recovered very nicely and has slowly gotten that ERA down. So we will head to the top of the top of the 9th. Sabre Dogs will be at the plate for hopefully the final time of the night with the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs baseball.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
Sabre Dogs still lead at 11-1 as Varela will come on for his 3rd inning of work, as he is now tied for the longest length of a pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters, as he will take on the bottom of the order, leading off with Jace Edwards, then Drew Pollum, and Wilson Rubion, barring any sort of substitution. It looks like Tyler Courtney is warming up to hit, as he might come in for Wilson. Tyler Courtney hasn't hit in a long time. He has pretty much been exclusively a pitcher for the Sabre Dogs since he started this season. A second baseman, and he played for about the first 20 games straight. And he actually hasn't been at the plate in the month of July. His last outing at the plate was on June 30th. Been 1 for 2 against the Hub City Hotshots. I mean, the dude has completely turned his season around at the plate, and started the season very poor, to say the least, at the plate, batting .034 as the first pitch. Swing and a foul tip by Jace Edwards, and then he was able to turn around, got his batting average all the way up. Make sure they get the right percentage here. It's up to .220. Played in 19 games for the Sabre Dogs. 1 pitch, foul back into the screen. I'll make it 0-2. So the Sabre Dogs of the beginning of the season is going to be pretty close to what we have here at the end, mainly because of the fact of limited people on the bench. We had a huge problem with that at the beginning of the year, with only 8 position players for the final 4 games of that 7-game road trip. Jace Mapston came in for 13 at-bats and got 2 hits out of them. Also had an RBI double, as that one misses outside, and that will make it 1-2. Edwards on his night. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. Love to get him involved right here. And that is a foul ball. That was hit off of the foot of Edwards. And Jace, the only Sabre dog without a hit. 1-2 pitch coming up. Nobody on, nobody out here in the top of the ninth. One-two pitch from Varela. That one's hit towards center field. Moving to his left is the center fielder Murray. He'll make the catch for out number 1. So that will bring up Drew Pollum. He is 1 for 4 with a run.
Now batting is 21, Drew Pollum.
And the 8th tonight for the Sabre Dogs, catcher from the University of Central Arkansas. First pitch, and that one is hit opposite field to the first baseman, Will Richardson. He'll tap the bag by himself for out number 2. And that will bring up, Rubion is going to come in the game here. Rubion is 2 for 4 on the day with a run and 2 strikeouts. The reason why I thought that Courtney was going to come in is because he was warming up out there, and Rubion was not. First pitch. That one is outside, and he was warming up along with Edwards and Pollum, which were the first 2 batters to come to the plate here in the top of the ninth. Probably see Tyler Courtney back on the mound here pretty soon. He hasn't pitched since the beginning of that Fremont series. Here's a ground ball into the glove of the second baseman. Long off-balance throw is over the head of the first baseman. That should be an infield base hit. That'll be his 3rd of the day. And now they're going to say it was out of play, and that will allow him to go to second base. And now Tyler Courtney is going to come out, but he's going to take the bat for Philip Childs. I think he's probably going to come in for Mason Dennison here, if they can get to him with 2 outs. And now another argument from Coach Frew of the Sodbusters. At this point, not quite sure why he bothered with themselves being down 11-1. Top of the ninth. That conversation is quick, as that is the 3rd out of play to go in the Sabre Dogs' favor. Now the umpires will talk it over here. I don't think the Sabre Dogs even care what happens here, to be honest. Once again, the score is 11-1. Now we're going to say that Rubion's going to go back to first, and crowd loves it here. First out of play call goes their way of the night. Moral battles, ladies and gentlemen, moral battles.
Now batting is number 19, Philip Childs.
So Childs comes to the plate, getting his first hit of the night in the 7th inning. It was a 2 RBI triple. First pitch, that was hit towards right center field, and that will drop for another base hit. That'll be his 2nd of the day. Puts runners on 1st and 2nd, and now Rubion is granted second base. And that will bring up Tyler Courtney. Mentioned he's batting .220 on the season after a slow start. First at bat in the month of July.
Now batting is number 7, Tyler Courtney.
13 hits out of 59 at bats, 12 runs, 4 doubles, and 5 RBI with 3 stolen bases and 7 strikeouts. First pitch to him. That one's in there for a strike. It wasn't like when Courtney was starting at the beginning of the season, it wasn't like he was striking out left and right. He was putting balls in play just in the wrong spots. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Courtney. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Sabre Dogs still lead 11-1. 1 pitch. Breaking ball. He went around as that was pretty nasty as it started inside the strike zone and broke way outside. So Yvonne Varela up on the count 0-2. Coming up in the bottom of the ninth, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Derek Hackman, White Anderson, and Will Richardson. 0-2 pitch. Now misses outside for ball 1. See if the Sabre Dogs go with Corey Smith to finish things off. I have to check with the rule book, but I don't think it'll be a save opportunity. One-two pitch. And that one barely misses on the outside corner. Fastball. That'll make it 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swung on, a grounder, foul. Off home plate, and we'll keep it at 2-2. Sabre Dogs get a much-needed day off as they'll have a 10.5-hour bus ride after this game concludes. Get some time to rest up and get ready for a battle between, well, I guess it'll have to be first and third teams in the Lewis division in the second half. 2-2 pitch. That one misses outside. That'll make it 3-2. Varela comes set. Both runners go, hitting right to the pitcher Varela. He'll underhand it to first base, and that will end the inning. So once again, that will bring up the bottom of the ninth. Sabre Dogs lead it 11-1. We will be right back with Sabre Dogs baseball.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
So the Sabre Dogs will bring out their fourth pitcher of the night. It will be the lefty from Paris Junior College, Jace Mapston. Coming out with no red sleeve this evening. He's got his red cleats as he normally does. Taking a look at his stats on the year, he has a record of 0-1 with a 3.92 ERA, making his 13th appearance. Has 5 saves. He has started one game. He's went 20 2/3 innings. Has a WHIP of 116 and 11.32 strikeouts per 9 innings. Try to close it out here. It's Hackman, the leadoff man, 0 for 2 with a walk. Shutout was broken back in the bottom of the 7th. That was an RBI ground out from Donovan Murray to bring home Will Richardson, who was in the hole. Start the inning. Those of you just joining us, Chauncey Collier exited the game back in the top of the 6th after a bad check swing. I think he just re-injured his shoulder from his injury last weekend against Western Nebraska. And actually, that will be a pinch hitter for the Sodbusters. That'll be Ryan McDonald, as that one is in their first strike, as started the first 2 games. Went 3 for 7 in those. That one is hit towards left center field on a line, and that will drop for a base hit into the gap. Childs will throw on to second base, and that will not be in time. That's a leadoff double to start the bottom of the 9th. That will bring up Wyatt Anderson. 0 for 3 on the day. Strikeout, an error, and a strikeout. First pitch from Mapston. And that one misses upstairs for ball 1. Another one of the Sabre Dogs' quote-unquote all-star snubs. Got to talk to him during the all-star game. That was a lot of fun. Loves to be on camera. 1-0 pitch coming up from Mapston. Now misses upstairs. After every single game, comes up to me, hey, can I get an interview, Jared? I'm like, man, I don't know. I'll see if I can fit you in my schedule. It's a real character. I've enjoyed getting to know him this summer. 2-0 pitch. That one is popped up and out of here. I'll make it 2-1.
That foul ball is brought to you by Stroman Seamless Gutters. You're looking for the highest quality seamless gutters. Call Tim at 402-469.
Talking about the amount of pitchers the Sabre Dogs have lost this season, it has been a ton as that pitch misses outside. Make it 2-1. Sabre Dogs over the course of the season have lost 10 pitchers since the beginning of the year. They have 10 left. Room pitch, foul back. That one just almost got us here in the press box as that one just clipped the top of the net. And series opener on Thursday actually hit this window that I'm using. It's, going by the lightning never strikes twice, but almost did. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 1. Mapston gets his 27th strikeout of the season. And that will bring up Will Richardson. 1 for 3 with a run. Got on via single, then reached on 2 out pitches. Came around on the RBI ground out by Murray. Foul back into the screen for strike 1.
Relive today's games and more tomorrow in the Hastings Tribune. Your life.
On deck is Derek Bornmeyer. He's actually perfect on his day. He's 1 for 1 with a stolen base and 2 walks. Check swing. That one misses upstairs. It didn't go around. That will even count 1-1. I'd like to once again take this opportunity to thank all of our listeners on YouTube for listening to tonight's game and also for the majority of the season. I have a lot of great listeners who have just been listening every night and really appreciate you. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. That one in there for strike 2. This is the last exclusive broadcast via YouTube of the regular season. And if the Sabre Dogs do end up going to the playoffs, we will have the divisional round right here on the YouTube channel, the Sturgis Valley Sabre Dogs. As that one misses outside for ball 2, even the count. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Be notified whenever we go live. Runner on second is Ryan McDonald. Slow grounder back to Mapston. Throw over to first in time. And Mapston bolted to get that one to get out the speedy Richardson. That one right in between home plate and the pitcher's mound. And that will bring up Derek Bornmeyer. 2 outs here now on the bottom of the 9th. Sodbusters down to their last out. Sabre Dogs still lead it 11-1. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Middle infielders playing back. 0-1 pitch now. Check swing, and that one just misses on the back door. Mapson is one of those guys who doesn't like to mess around on the mound. As soon as he catches that ball, he's stepping right back, and he's ready to go. On a pitch, that one is hit past the glove of Mapston and past the glove of Pano, the shortstop, and that'll score a run. So an RBI single from Bornmeyer. He is now 2 for 2 on the day. That will bring up Donovan Murray 0 for 3 with an RBI back in the 7th as the Sabre Dogs now only lead 11-2. What a tragedy. First pitch. Foul back into the screen for strike 1. Jason Mapson trying to build his confidence back up as he has had a few bad outings this season and since then hasn't quite been at his early season form. 0-1 pitch. There's that one in there for strike 2. 1 strike away from ending this game. Sabre Dogs need Mapston to return to that first half form. 0-2 pitch. That one just barely misses outside to make it 1-2. Had an ERA just barely over 1 after his first 7 or 8 outings. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike 3. That will end the game. Mapson gets 2 strikeouts. Sabre Dogs win it. Final score 11-2. Sabre Dogs win the series and are now at 16-11 in the second half. We will see if the Sabre Dogs can gain any ground on the Pierre Trappers. We'll head to a commercial break, and we will be back with some of the post-game stats. We'll be right back after these messages.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Final score is 11-2. Sabre Dogs win. We are back here from Hastings, Nebraska at Duncan Field. As you can hear the fireworks going off here. Take a look at some of the stats from tonight's contest, starting with the pitchers for the Sabre Dogs. Starting was Matt Sartwell. He pitched pretty well, went 3 innings, gave up just 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. Chase Grillo went for 2 innings, no hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. King Calber went 2 innings deep, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Corey Smith went the 8th inning. He went an inning with no walks, hits, runs, or strikeouts. And Jace Mapson came in for the final inning. Got 2 Ks with no walks and 2 hits allowed. As for the hitters, Phil Childs led things off. He was 2 for 5 with 2 RBI, a run, and a triple. Mason Dennison was 1 for 4 with an RBI single, and then Tyler Courtney was 0 for 1. Chauncey Callier was 3 for 5. Chauncey Callier was 1 for 3. And Sam Powers was 2 for 3. Josh Pano was 2 for 4 with a run, 3 RBI, and 2 triples. Bowman McClintock was 1 for 3, had another nice night with an RBI and 2 runs. Chase Edwards was the only Sabre Dog unable to get a hit, besides Tyler Courtney, who came in relief. He was 0 for 4. Drew Pollan was 1 for 4 with a run, and Wilson Rubion was 3 for 5 with a run and 2 strikeouts. Quick recap of tonight's game. I'll start in the top of the first. Josh Pano got a 2 RBI triple, bringing home Mason Dennison and Cruz Taylor. Then in the 5th inning is when everything went wrong for the Sodbusters. Let things off with an RBI single from Mason Dennison. And then a 2 RBI double from Chauncey Callier, an RBI single, triple from Josh Pano, and an RBI single from Bo McClintock, bringing home Wilson Rubion, Phil Childs, Mason Dennison, Chauncey Callier by Josh Pano, and Bo McClintock. Sabre Dogs kept pouring it on in the 6th inning with an RBI single by Sam Powers, coming in for the injured Chauncey Callier, who hurt his shoulder. And then in the 7th inning, 2 more runs thanks to a 2 RBI triple from Philip Childs. And that would be it for the scoring for the Sabre Dogs, and as for the Sodbusters, an RBI ground out from Donovan Murray in the 7th, and an RBI single from Derek Bornmeyer in the bottom of the 9th. And you're hearing the finale going on. As the Sabre Dogs, once again, they win it 11-2. Fireworks are for us to get our 2nd win since the All-Star break and the first series win since the All-Star break. So once again, our next broadcast will be on Monday nights against the Badlands Big Sticks, as they will take on their rivals to get a possible playoff preview of what could be the matchup in the divisional round. But not if anything the Pier Trappers have to say about it, as they were able to win the first game of the doubleheader, and as for the second game, the Trappers blew the game wide open. They now lead 9-0 in the bottom of the 5th, so the Sabre Dogs could win here this evening, but still lose a half game to the Pier Trappers. Very unfortunate, as that game is in the bottom of the 5th. Badlands beat Sweet City 6-3, and Western Nebraska beats Hub City 5-2, with Fremont Casper being postponed. That was a short fireworks show. But either way, the fireworks were mainly on the field for the Sabre Dogs as they get 11 runs. Once again, this has been Jared Sluppy from Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. We're going to sign off until, again, Monday night. Sabre Dogs get a huge, must-needed day off tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great rest of your night.